Hello everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. My name is Barry, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this episode 24. Dang, we're getting there. And I'm joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hey, Aman, I play the halfling-haunted College of Spirits bard, Carla.
I'm Daniel, I play John Varenthal, the human paladin of midnight.
And I'm Marissa, I play Casariel, the Aesmar Twilight Cleric.
If you've never visited our place before, then you're at the right place for great D&D, because we do D&D every week on Twitch, on YouTube, and even on a podcast nowadays. Oh yes. So if you want to listen to us on the go, you can. We release our live streams, which we do on Saturdays, every week on Monday, and the podcasts are on Tuesdays, right, Marissa?
Right.
Yeah. So you can watch us and you can listen to us on the go. We have a couple of great people that we want to shout out because their creations make this D&D come to life even more. And they are, in no particular order, Dichandra and Paradox for our amazing character art, Pyram King, James RPG Art, and DM Addy for the wonderful maps and content that we're using to visualize our adventure. And then we have Tabletop Audio, Scott Buckley, Phoenix Music, Alex Kazan, and Alexander Nakarada for the great musical scores that we have in the background. Thank you so much for your creativity and art. Additionally, we want to thank Scarlet Feathers for making the amazing armor set that Daniel is currently wearing, and Aconite Creations for the stunning masterpiece that Marissa is sporting right now. Your creativity is amazing. Thank you so much for that. And with that, let's head into the tale.
Tell me, do you like ghost stories? I've been investigating people vanishing mysteriously into the night, never to return. It looks like I've found out where they've been.
Good evening.
I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
Did you hear that?
What do you mean he's watching?
In this place, nothing is what it seems.
We come from an ancient land.
There's no time for this. What are you looking for?
This place has taken my father and my mother. It will not have me.
We gotta move, now!
Oh, I do love a good mystery.
Barovia is mine, and so are you.
And for the 24th time, I'm going to say it. It's such a good intro. Oh, I love it. This intro was made by our very own Marissa. You did such a wonderful job at that.
We all did.
Well, okay. We all did. Fair enough. But still, great intro. I really love it. For those of you that are listening to the podcast, come to our channel, look at it at least once. It's worth it. I assure you.
Maybe share it with your friends, just say...
Yeah,
That'd be great
retweet,
to get a
all that.
review.
Spread the word, pull the strings.
Do it. Do it.
And for the advertisement portion of this stream, yes. All right, so where were we last week? Well, a lot happened. Oh God. You guys went to the Wizard of Wines to help them out. You planned your strategy. You moved towards the winery. You went into the winery, and you have battled some druids and some lackeys of those druids inside the winery building itself. You noticed that the wine vats that were there were possibly contaminated, as you found one of the druids having 4 small vials on her with a weird substance that you noticed was poison. You purified the vats just to be sure, and then you went into the basement where you found Casariel's mother, talking with Strahd, or rather, Strahd talking with her, and being very displeased at the fact that she apparently failed a mission for him. When you guys noticed them, he quickly went through a secret door into a portal. And with 30 seconds on the clock, because I hyped you guys up there, and I so love doing that, you guys went into the portal, blacked out, and awoke in Castle Ravenloft, wearing an evening gown, evening clothes, and you were cordially invited to join Strahd in a dinner with a lot of other people at the table, including Morgantha, who was sitting there. Irina was sitting there. Strahd himself, of course. And Escher. Supposedly the person who is pulling the strings on John's weapon. You've had a lovely dinner, and there was a lot discussed, there was a lot said, and at the end of the dinner, you were assured that you could leave safely again, though a couple of things to consider. First off, Strahd would like to have a gem returned to him that is part of his crown jewels. It was stolen by the druids, and he'd like it back. In return, he would make sure that Casariel would have a meeting with her mother, who is currently very busy with a mission, and he would be sure to arrange something for you. And lastly, before you left, he asked your judgment on Morgantha's behavior. And you reiterated that you thought that her actions were not good. And he agreed, and totally murdered her right then and there. Morgantha is no more, and with that, you were sent back into a carriage to go back, and that is where we ended last week. The carriage was sent towards Vallaki, and as it neared Vallaki, veered off suddenly into the woods. And after a small ride through the woods, it ended at what used to be Daskaloo's Manor, which you, after clearing Daskaloo's Manor and murdering Dr. Daskaloo, well, defeating. Murdering sounds like he was innocent, and he wasn't, right? After defeating Dr. Daskaloo, you decided that this might be your new place of residence for the time being.
That scared me.
Carriage.
Sorry, good.
Mm-hmm. Did that scare you?
I pressed the button on my phone, and suddenly the music stopped. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? Oh, okay. Anyway.
No, everything's fine. Don't worry. The carriage comes up the path and stops just shy of the mansion, and the doors open, allowing the 3 of you to get out. As you're outside the carriage slowly turns around and starts running back into the woods.
Looking at the carriage, who was driving it?
No one.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome.
On the ride, Casariel was kind of just looking out one of the windows, very deep in thought.
Carla was writing furiously the entire time.
John was watching Casariel, wondering what she was thinking.
Well, here we are. Our new house.
And as you approach the
Smell any
house,
better?
you notice that there's a couple of things definitely different. First off, indeed, the smell that you notice near the shack is gone. It feels more peaceful here, with some falling leaves and even a couple of white doves flying around. Almost as if peace and serenity has returned to this area.
I was going to open here and check that there's no bodies in there.
I keep my wand at my side.
The shack where previously bodies were kept seems to be emptied out and cleaned. No bloodstains are left. And yet,
Excellent.
even if you look towards the entrance of the mansion, you notice that there's some new things around. There's a trough with some hay for possible horses. There's some training dummies. And there's a couple of wooden targets set up for you guys to practice on.
Beautiful.
Seems our butler friend has been busy.
Do you think I
Does he
should
have
take
a
her
name?
archery? Yes, he did. We asked him it, didn't we?
I'm going to be a terrible DM and say that I also thought that he didn't have a name thus far. So we could totally retcon it like he doesn't
We
have a
should
name.
ask him.
We
We should
Oh, we
ask
should give
him.
him one. We should ask him, and then if he doesn't have one, we can give him one.
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Alrighty, Carla's going to burst open the doors and basically act as if this place is hers already. It
I like
is.
Jimmy.
Perfect. Going into the mansion, you notice that it's pretty much as it was when you saw it before. However, the mansion seems cleaned up. No more body parts around. No more blood. No more gore. The
Is
blood
the
stains in the
bag-
carpets.
Is the bag that we put over the statue's head still on it?
No, it's removed.
Oh.
The blood stains in the carpets are gone, and everything just seems tidied up. Noticeable differences are the fact that there's no rubber ducky in your bathtub, because why not? I had to put something there. And the kitchen is actually stuffed with some normal food. You do remember that there was one room, however, that was broken down where you fought zombies. You wonder if that room is still the same.
Have a look.
I wonder if that room
Sure.
is still the same. You know, the one with the
Thank you.
zombies.
The one that had a hole in the ceiling? It's probably
It'd be
no change.
That one exactly.
It would be quite impressive if he was able to fix a whole hole in the ceiling in the time that we've been gone.
I'll bet Jimmy couldn't
What a
do it.
carpenter he is!
Wow.
You open up the door,
Oh.
and while the ceiling is still broken, the room itself is definitely cleaned up. All the debris is gone, and in lieu of debris, there's a bar set up here.
Carla
Yeah.
immediately runs to go get everyone wine.
There is a limited supply of wine available.
She'll get 3 glasses, and then hand them out to the other 2, and one for herself. So,
Thank you, Carla.
we just had dinner. I didn't eat anything personally. Did you eat something? Did you?
I didn't eat anything. I drank.
I ate a lot.
I wouldn't even have risked that. Braver than I am. And she chucks back the wine.
More interestingly, our host seemed to have an appetite for the buffet. It must have been very good.
It was. It was delicious.
Right. Why are we being weird? Are you all right, John? He did mention your brother.
Casariel, we saw her.
I know.
I thought she might be in danger or trapped or held in some way. She seemed... What did you see? I backed around the corner. I didn't really see or hear much. What happened?
I saw them talking, and he was She's gonna kind of look up and she'll cast see invisibility. You see like a little bit of a flicker in her eyes, but other than that, you can't really tell exactly what happened. Is there any invisible?
Nothing
Presents?
whatsoever.
Well, to be perfectly honest, she seemed something of a servant to him, perhaps, or maybe they're allies. I don't know, but he was upset with her for not finding the gem. I guess he had sent her there ahead of us.
When she was in the Silver Stars, she was at a very high ranking. Perhaps she is sort of in a similar position for him. Maybe a general, a lieutenant, someone who does jobs.
There was just something in his tone. I think he perhaps even said he was disappointed in her. If I know my mother, that's not something she's heard very often. That couldn't have been good. But anyway, yes, no, I saw her, and she was here, and she is alive, and all we have to do now is go get the gem and bring it to him, and we'll have her back, or at least I can talk to her. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Casariel, she's She's still a silver star, is she not?
Well, you're always a silver star.
She,
Once you are. You know that?
What? I don't think she would be one to abandon her post, and she's here. I thought she might have been captive in some way. And do you think that she would report back? I mean, we have a bit of a leave to come here to look for her, and do you think she's... I don't understand. I thought the only way she would be away for so long without... She seemed like she was here willingly.
Well, as you know, Carla, perhaps you don't know. I think I've told you though. My mother and father met here.
Right.
And they fell in love. Me. They were doing a bit like what we're doing now, I should think. They were both here kind of against their will, really. Well, you know, when a boy or a girl are in love, they, you know. And so, anyways, my mother conceived me. My mother conceived me, I think my guess is that she did not want to have me here, and I don't know what deal she made with whom or what for leave to go back to Neverwinter, to have me there so that I could be born there and not have to come here. But I think part of the deal must have been that she had to come back, or maybe she wanted to come back. I don't know.
Everything that we've encountered, doesn't it all feel like there's something very big going on within these lands? Maybe she, just like you, can't leave that be. You need to help as many people as possible. It might be part of her calling, and I think the sooner we could get her to talk and perhaps even ally with us, be with us, for you, of course, but in general in this land, I think she'd be an amazing asset. I think she might have the same purpose.
She would never have left without telling me goodbye. Even if she didn't tell me where she was going, she would never have just left. She just disappeared. On my 16th name day, she was just gone, without a word. She would never do that. And so, that's what makes me think perhaps it wasn't her choice to come back here. I don't know, but she would never have left without telling me.
If she's trapped here, we need to find a way to free her, as well as ourselves. Whatever deal she's made, there has to be a loophole in it. There has to be some way out of it.
Yes. We just have to get the gem, and then I can talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are talking, you hear a loud thud upstairs.
Wonder if that's Jimmy.
Might want to go check on him. Carla will rush off to see it first, and kind of almost like go a little faster in case those two need a moment to talk.
Yeah, as they're walking out, John will like reach out to touch her shoulder, but she's already gone, and he'll follow.
Going to the second floor, I'll drag you over. You notice that here, too, everything has been cleaned up. It's almost bare, if you will. There are some carpets and whatnot still left. The billiard room is returned to its former glory without any body parts. And the bedroom now has 3 beds instead of 1. Apparently you have a place to stay. The room that is still broken and caved in has its door locked. Apparently that room is no longer serviceable. The room where you found the ritual is cleaned up and empty, and it looks like that might be a room for you guys to decide what you want with it.
Excellent.
Other than that, it's empty. There's no one here.
Oh.
What made that noise, then?
Yes, that's important.
Do you think it came from the whole room, or is it upstairs even further? I'm going to pause and listen.
As you listen upstairs, you hear footsteps.
Upstairs is blocked off, right?
No, you can totally go upstairs.
Oh yeah, that we'll make our way upstairs.
All right.
Carla, be careful. Remember the thing that was there before. Or wait, actually, I didn't even see that. Never mind.
You go even further upstairs, and you notice that that too has been cleaned up and converted into a little bedroom. There we go.
That's so sweet.
The bedroom has a bed, has a reading desk, and has a pile of books stashed in the corner. The other corner has a very primitive training dummy. And as you come up, you notice that, well, we'll call him Jimmy for now, is punching the training doll. And he hears the footsteps as you guys come up. And he looks around and says, "Oh, hi, I cleaned up as you said. Welcome home, master."
You did a wonderful job. Carla is fine. I'm Carla. This is Casariel, and this is John. Sure we made introductions, but you can just call us by our names. Hello. What's your name? We never asked.
I have no name.
Would you
Why?
like one?
Did you just ask why? Sure, I guess make things easier.
You have a favorite name that you've heard so far that you would like?
I've heard Daskalu before. That was my previous master.
You don't want to be named that. Very bad juju to be named after
Oh.
someone recently dead. Yes.
You see him think for a little while and then look at the pile of books over there. And he says, "I read a name, I think.
I
I
will go
don't
over and
remember."
wander over towards the books. So you
The
can
books-
read. You can. Bloody curiosity.
You see him nodding, and as you look at the pile of books, you notice that there are a couple that are like flipped open on one side, and a pile of books that looks like they are still to be read on the other side. It's a positive potpourri of different books. They are some poetry, some stories. There's a book on history, a bit of everything there.
Is there a book on Frankenstein?
There should be.
I thought you were going to say Frank. The name I've seen is Frank.
You know what? I actually like that. Yes, there's a book on Frankenstein there. Let's go.
And he wants to be called Mary Shelley. Mary Shelley
Shelley.
after the author.
Oh, yes.
Mary. Oh, good.
Yeah. So you can read, you can train. Do you have? You seem seems to have a lot of autonomy. So I suppose if you're amiable, we could pick a name for you.
I've read a poem.
Yes.
The name started with an O, but I don't remember.
Remember? And as Kyla was looking through the books, did she see a poem with the name that started with O?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, exciting. Exciting. First roll. Where the hell is my sheet? There we go. Okay. Oh, it's a 1. I can re-roll it. Never mind. Okay. That is 13.
Sure. There is indeed a poem. And there is indeed a name with an O in there. The poem itself is untitled. But the poem says, "Orpheus with his lute made trees and the mountain tops that freeze bow themselves when he did sing to his music plants and flowers. Ever sprung as sun and showers, where had made a lasting spring. Everything that heard him play, even the billows of the sea, hung their heads and then lay by. And sweet music is such art, killing care and grief of heart, fall asleep or hearing die." And I will put that in Discord for you guys.
Thank you.
Orpheus, then.
Orpheus. I like it.
It says Orpheus.
Thank you, John.
You're quite right, John. That's good catch.
No, actually, I have a degree in literature. It says Orpheus. You know that PH makes an F sound, yes? John? I'm a writer. Sorry, this is a matter of principle.
Orpheus
If
is
you say
such
so.
a gallant name. It's a perfect name for you.
Yes.
I guess so.
Well, Orphe, you clean up a bar good.
Wonderful
I
touch.
figured you guys wanted a place to relax.
That's very kind of you.
What?
Oh, is there anything we can get for you? You know, you've done such a beautiful job here. You're not a servant. You're a roommate, really.
Does he smell like a corpse?
Kinda. It's not too terrible. Like, you've had worse in this house, but kinda. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep my
It's
distance.
like that. It's not like a corpse smell. It's more like that, God, how... yeah, I mean, fresh corpse. I can't really make it better than that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Lovely morgue. Mono morgue.
Well, we all know the distinction between a fresh corpse and a not fresh corpse. Am I right?
Well, yeah. I
It's a good thing. Great.
Of course.
Yeah. Perfect.
FBI watch list, please. Please.
We all don't know what that smells like, honestly. Like, we have no clue. He looks at the three of you and he says, "More books? I like
More
reading."
books. And you mentioned you wanted an apple before, yes? We're still on the hunt for it, but we
Yes.
will track it down.
Kresk has an orchard. I
Does
think.
he?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we
Do you
have
like
to go
cider?
there.
Have you ever had cider? It's a drink made from apples.
I don't know. Maybe?
Oh, we should get him that too. The least we can do to thank you. You've done an incredible job. This place is transformed.
Anything I can do for my roommates? Roommates.
Friends?
Yes.
Roommates.
Besties.
Yeah.
Friends.
Well,
Yes.
I like roommates actually.
Very well. Let's pop downstairs, I think. We discuss
All right.
maybe further what we want to do.
Bye, Orphe. It was fun meeting you.
Yes. You two friends? You.
John.
He returns back to his book. John. One more thing. Do you take the poem with you, by the way?
Carla, yeah, will.
Okay.
Steal his poem?
He will let you, by the way. He noticed it,
Oh.
but he will let you.
Books.
Oh, yes. Okay,
Should we?
so
Should we? I feel like we've left the Mardikovs a little bit on the hook. We, in all the chaos of what happened when we were in the winery, we never did we finish the job. I know we killed a few druids that would not listen, but we didn't get the gem. We didn't really check with the Mardikovs whether or not we did what they needed.
good
You
to
think-
check in with them, get them to lead us maybe towards Yester Hill as well.
Yes, they've told us already that that they're building an effigy at Yester Hill.
Yes,
They need
that's
the
meant to be
gem.
radiant.
Right.
Yes. So and they need the gem to animate it. Whatever that
Yes,
means.
it must be very powerful.
Must be
It was able
very
to keep-
powerful.
The
Made of-
winery,
Made of sticks.
Going. not
Probably
the
pretty
effigy, the
powerful.
gem.
Oh, right.
But the effigy, if powered by the gem, which I think is what we're trying to avoid.
Mhm. Yes.
Makes sense.
Um,
Should we? Does anyone need a rest? I feel well enough to travel. does anyone need to rest before we go along the road again?
Yes, I think we should. I'll need to prepare some different spells, I think.
I need to check in
I
with
will
the
say-
spirits as well.
Yeah.
What?
I will say, if you want to do anything specifically, feel free. The dinner with Strahd plus the travel back would constitute a long rest in terms of like technicalities. But if you want
Oh.
to do something else, feel free. The house is yours.
Okay.
What time of day is it then?
Let's say it is afternoon.
Okay.
I like to travel in the morning.
I'd like to travel at night. I'd like to arrive at Yester Hill at night.
Be
In any
an
case.
incredible stealth advantage as well. They wouldn't perform anything at night. The druids, right? Druids rely on sunshine, nature, that sort of thing. Well, not that the sun ever shows here. And if they are working at night, they would be connected to the moon. You and they would be powerful in that time.
Moonlight
What type
above.
they are.
Hails below.
Spirits abound.
I so love that, guys. That's so great.
We need to get emotes.
Yeah,
We
that's
need
a
to get
t-shirt right there.
Yeah, we need to get t-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not working on it. It was crazy talking. All right. So I guess we should head out.
But
Or
What, you say you need to prepare something?
Yes, we'll take the rest. We'll go a shorter rest than what
Oh,
we usually do, maybe.
that makes sense.
And do a strategy, perhaps, of how we're going to approach, like in the winery. And if there's anything that you need to prepare in terms of your spells, that would be
Yes.
the perfect time. And then we're ready. If it does come to a battle, we are getting that gem. We will see your mother again.
And Carla, if you have a chance, I would like to ask you a question. Would like to show you
Absolutely.
something.
I'm
Well,
going to
will
I'm going to go outside. I have to prepare my spells under the moonlight. So, I'll be back.
We will. Be safe. All right. What can I help you with?
First off, Carla, I wanted to apologize. I know that I've seen you. You're very skilled in battle, and I was impressed with what you've done with the vampires and with the first time I saw you fight. You blew up a statue. That was incredible. But I've been treating you like someone I needed to protect and to take care of. And while I still will protect and take care of my friends, I haven't really considered that you're someone who can protect and take care of me as well. So I wanted to say you came up with a great plan at the winery, and you've come up with some clever solutions I never even thought of. Thank you for being part of my team. Thank you for letting me be on yours.
Apology accepted. I'm not a battle strategist. I'm not brawn in any way, shape, or form. I really do appreciate the hills that you and Cassariel fill in sort of the dangerous situations we get ourselves in, and I appreciate the trust. I am very, very concerned about whatever is within you, especially now that we've met him. Esther, I believe I told you to fight as much as possible against it to stay John. I would like you to continue being John as much as you can. You have been, shockingly, for all of your fumbling and bumbling, quite a light within this horrid place, and she's going to look directly down towards like the basement. So I appreciate you too. I appreciate what you bring. But is there something else that I can help with?
On the note, we seem to have met our mutual friend over dinner.
Right.
He seems to have, and I pull out the eye that he picked up earlier. You mentioned that he wanted to keep this, and I wanted to see if you knew anything about it. If you have a way about you, if you could see it.
I am quite proficient with the arcane, and I'll take it and sort of examine it. It's Dr. Daskalu's eye, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, we're in the perfect place to look at this, considering this used to be his abode. Okay, let's find a flat surface and some candles. And she'll drag you off towards the dining room to set up sort of a mini seance within there.
I love that.
You pop around to the other side.
Fumbles and
Okay, well,
messes up
perfect.
one of the chairs and comes back.
She'll lay down the Ouija board, she'll set up the candles, she'll put out like the tarots, she'll get kind of everything ready to see what might the eye reach out to, and sort of start channeling her spirits kind of forth to see what's going to happen with the eye.
Quite. Okay.
Form a seance.
Do you want to ask the questions, or how do I do this?
Put your hands on the little, well, my dagger. Put your hands on one end of it. Don't push, don't pull. Just lay your hands on top and call out to whatever spirits might possibly have answers about this. So I'll start with a question. Is anybody here? Yes.
John quick pulls his hands off for a second, and then he puts it back on as it moves. This is very uncomfortable.
Why do we need this eye? Do you know? Yes. HADOW. Yes.
Shadows.
Shadows. Interesting.
Will it help me protect my friends?
F.
Did that? I may not spell. Did that say wolf?
It did.
No, Carla had to call it wolf. Wolf.
Woof. You mean and Carla is going to reach within her own tails, and I know this isn't technically how tails work, but I like to imagine she brings forth the first tail, and Stoker pops out, sort of in his spectral form. It's like, woof.
And he cocks his head, and you notice that, the spirit of Stoker is emanating, let's just say, a bit of a silver light. And as he does, you notice that the same kind of light is coming from the board.
Hello. Oh, he's still. I knew he was still around because I couldn't quite get rid of him. But do you know what that eye is for, boy? She's going to now turn towards the ghost, instead of point at the eye, be like, the eye.
This dog knows yes and no.
Very clever. In fact, the ability scores that he increases.
As you say, clever boy, by the way, you notice a vibration on the word yes.
He knows he's a clever boy, don't you, boy? Don't you, boy?
You feel another vibration on the word yes.
Carla is going to reach out to the eye, pick it up, and sort of present it to Stoker to see if it will do anything.
The ghostly form will bark at it and then point his nose at your pack that you have with you.
Whose pack? Mine or John's?
Oh, I
think she
believe
has it.
yours. Yeah, I believe yours.
Okay, I will reach down into my pack and pull out whatever object I meant to retrieve.
All right, so you go through like a lot of things. So there's like
Hairbrush, mirror,
Rations.
soap.
This is Aladdin moment where like he's pulling things out of that book, where there's like a red little chicken, because bag of holding.
There's the fingers in there as well. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
As you go through the items, at some point you will retrieve the bottle of Spider Queen venom.
Oof.
And as you do, he barks again.
Oh, we've got a match. Okay. Putting down the bottle and the eye in front of John. I'm going to look at them. I'm going to recall studying the arcane and how I know how to call forth my arcane energy from my tools, but other people have used components before for spells, stuff like that. She's going to reach out and take John's hands and bring them towards both of the items and say to him, when you are in contact with Saloon, when you reach within yourself to do abilities beyond your natural control, you can bring that forward. It's magic, it's arcane. Try to connect these two, see what they do. And she's going to lay her hands off as he grasps the items.
In this moment, I'm gonna sort of, this is not how prestidigitation works, but I'm gonna like wave my hands, and the way that I've seen the strings before, because it feels like it has some connection to this, and like I can see these slight ethereal strings in front of me. Does it look different around the items?
Yeah, because as you like look, if it interacts with these objects, it does, but it also forms sort of like a webbing between the two items themselves. It seems like there's a connection there.
Is the bottle wide enough that I can put the eye in it?
Yes, it will require a bit of but like eyes are like surprisingly resilient, so you can totally do that.
I jam the eye into the bottle, and
this is as filthy as it. Yeah.
This is.
I don't know if you guys have ever held like a cow eye or something. This is not like. Ugh.
It's a grape. It's a grape. It's just a grape. It's just a grape. It's just a grape.
To those of you that are having lunch at this moment, I'm so sorry. The eye pops into the bottle, and as it contacts the supposed spider venom, you notice that the bottle itself just gets a swirl. And as it gets a swirl, the color, which was originally like a lime greenish, just completely subverts to like a midnight black and blue. And the eye itself almost looks like as if it's crystallizing. It looks like an entirely different object right now. Like the bottle is still the same, but the contents are way different.
So if I hold the bottle, is it still liquid-like, or is it all crystalline?
No, it looks all liquid on the inside. However, if you like dip it, it doesn't do the trying to spill out. So it looks liquid, but it doesn't have the properties of liquid anymore.
Incredible.
What
do you reckon it does?
What does it do? If I hold it and see the strings again, does anything change?
No, but it's getting warmer in your hand, like really warm and really quickly.
Okay, it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot. Do I hold it? What do I do, Carla?
Put your magic into it.
It's getting too hot. You need to drop it.
I drop it.
All right. The bottle shatters on the ground, and like the blackish, bluish color that was around it just evaporates as smoke, leaving the eye crystallized on the floor.
Picks it up with one hand. Is it hot?
No, it's actually cold to the touch. And as you pick it up, Stoker, who is still standing there in ghost form, just changes into some sort of like a smoky, kind of shadowy figure. And he barks again.
Oh, shadows. Hello.
Okay. I missed him so much. How are you feeling, boy? Okay. If I hand it to Carla, do you want to hold this? What is it? Can you look at it? What does it do? What is it?
Carla will hold it and now cast Identify on it. I'm
Right.
gonna get the full effect.
So, as you cast Identify on it, you notice that this is indeed a spell component, and I am working tirelessly to quickly look it up. What was the spell called again?
Shaman Shadow Spawn. Summon Shadow Spawn.
Thank you.
Yes, no worries.
I knew it was something with Shadow. So yes, it is Summon Shadow Spawn. This item will allow you to call forth a shadowy spirit, which is going to be Stoker, because Stoker makes a grand reappearance. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The corporeal form uses the shadow spirit stat block, which is basically it's a creature. When you cast a spell, choose an emotion: fury, despair, or fear. The creature resembles a misshapen, dog.
No, not misshapen. Oh, poor guy.
Not
He's already a
misshapen.
pug.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
already a pug.
there we go. Yeah, it's true. And the creature's an ally, and he can do a couple of things. Like he can attack, but there are a couple of cool things that he can do on the battlefield as well. Like he can instill terror and whatnot. So it's a cool ally to have.
Good to have you back with us, little buddy. So, does this thing helps you be here?
Yeah, I imagine Carla will relay all of that info to him. Yes.
All right.
It's useful.
Good to have him back. Yeah, I'll he's gonna sort of put that on the opposite side of him than his holy symbol is. Like they're not really. He doesn't want them to touch. All right. I guess we have our dog back.
That was incredibly helpful.
Strange.
I was going to pack up all her things back into the bag of holding.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna pet Silver.
I think I'm ready to head off.
Let's go
Get
see if
these back.
Casariel's doing well.
Just then, on cue, Casariel walks back in the door, putting her freshly minted moon water on her pack. What did I miss?
I imagine Stoker's still hanging around.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna be here for an hour.
Oh.
And just for the sake of it, I'm gonna go ahead and cast use a 3rd level because that was cool.
Sure.
So he'll be here for a little while, I guess.
Oh.
New friend.
Hi, buddy. Well, I was thinking, do you think there's any oil here?
Well,
You know, oil. If you put fire on it, it burns. Because
Probably.
there's
in the
oil
kitchen?
lanterns.
oil fire, I feel. Perhaps if we splatter the oil on it and then burn it, you know.
Yes, that would be important. We'd have oil lanterns here, so he must have found them from somewhere. Imagine we call down Orpheus and ask him where he stores the oil for the lanterns.
He totally gets some from the basement for you guys.
Obviously.
So does that amount to like some oil? Okay, cool. Good idea. Yeah, especially if we're dealing with a giant wooden thing.
I mean, I can't make fire. I mean, I could,
I can make a lot of it, but that's
Right.
A lot. Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
He sort of waves his hand, and the all the strings sort of snap together, and a small shower of sparks happens with prestidigitation. Something weird can happen. Oh, my wand can probably make fire.
Do not point that anywhere near our home at all, at any
Dormitory?
point.
Okay.
Illegal in this household.
Aw.
Very nice household.
What if there's a crate we need to remove? There's no druids or birds around. Well, there's doves. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I shouldn't. They might explode.
All right, what are we waiting for? Should we get on the road?
Let's go.
Let's hit the road.
Come on, boy.
Okay.
Here, bring Stoker.
That I was just quickly creating him.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh. And who said a hexblade had to be evil? Come on.
If you can make a shadow spawn look like a pug, you're redeeming yourself right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you guys want to go on the road? Where do you guys want to go? To the Wizard of Wines, I imagine.
I believe so.
Yes, towards there to get to Yester Hill, basically.
Yeah, we have to get to Yester Hill anyway, so we're on the way.
So I'm quickly going to do a roll. There you go. And because you've already traveled this road, I will save you some time and tell you that nothing like special happens on the road. You are traveling at night? ?
Yes.
I think we want to get there at night. So maybe, I think it will actually
so
work out just fine, depending on how, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll start in the evening and come over there at night. That is perfectly fine. So I will save you the trip on the map, and you will indeed arrive at the Wizard of Wines in the at the night. Yes. As you arrive near the forest edge where you've met the Martikovs before, let me quickly pull that up. There we are.
What?
You notice that of the Martikovs that you've talked to before, there's only 2 standing here, and the rest have gone. It's Muriel, who has flown in from Ravenform, and it's Davian, the father of the group, the elder, if you will. They're still standing here. And they notice you coming in, and they say, we figured you were gone. Where did you guys go to?
Big portal. Bed. Sticky situation. Long story. We figure we have found out that the druids did absolutely take that gem and they're over at Yester Hill, and we really need to retrieve it.
Are you all okay?
After we didn't hear anything from you coming from the winery, but the area fell rather silent, we chose to investigate. And we went into the fields, and we noticed that most of the blights were gone, and those that left behind were withered and, well, dead. It seems that you have saved our winery. I don't know what you did in there, but it worked.
We also got rid of the poison, I think. She did. He's going to point to Carla.
Yes, the druids did attempt to tamper with your supply, but we managed to purify all of it using arcane means, so it should be okay now.
You mean the fermentation vats?
The fermentation vats, yes. We purified it with arcane means.
That is such good news. In your absence, as we noticed that the winery was safe again, we quickly went back to make sure that we would resume production. And I've just sent out 2 of my family members with barrels towards Valaki and towards Barovia with a fresh supply. I'm about to send one out to Kresk as well.
Right now?
But
Could we attach a letter? If you wouldn't mind.
I guess, sure. What?
Absolutely,
why?
okay. We have some dealings in Kresk, someone there that we need the letter to go to, and wine is part of it, if you wouldn't mind.
That's the least we can do, of course.
Thank you ever so much. And she's going to quickly write out a letter to the Burgermeister of Kresk, being like, love these 3 people. Like, here is your wine supply. We did what we had to.
You're welcome.
It's like love with like a little heart.
Yeah, all the eyes have little heart dots. And it's like lilac heart in like beautiful scripture, and then like John and Cassara.
The verbal representation of.
You're welcome. Just so that he knows.
Yeah.
And could you have whoever delivers it say that we give our regards as well?
Of course. Like, it's logically. Yes.
Good.
Sorry
we
about-
are headed to Yester Hill now?
Yes.
Right.
Are you sure you want to go there?
Oh,
have
we're
to
supposed to
talk
get the gem, right?
Yes, but I mean, I'm surely that you're more than capable since you have liberated our winery. But this is only a subgroup of what they have over there. Yester Hill is, well, it's where they gather, and I agree the gem should be saved, if you will, but maybe, well, just be safe, will you? I mean, if you were capable of liberating a winery, you're probably going to be fine. Just make sure you're fine, okay?
I appreciate that, and we're very sorry for everything that's befallen your family.
Oh, no. Please, no need to be apologetic. Like, you've helped us. You've helped us a great deal. Our family can continue running the winery, hopefully well enough with the gem's absence right now, but this is so much better than well, a day or two ago. Please, have this. And he hands you about 2 to 3 rations worth of grapes.
Wonderful.
I
Thank you
can't
so
eat
much.
grapes anymore.
Where did you get these grapes? I thought you couldn't grow anything.
It's the final batch, and you've helped us so well that it's more symbolism than anything, but I want you to have this.
These
You've
feel like
helped us
eyeballs.
so much.
Carla will take them and put them in her pack.
In addition, any bar that serves our wine will be free of charge for you.
Thank you so much.
Very kind.
Cereal. Excuse me for a moment.
Yes.
Didn't they say they couldn't run their winery without the gemstone? I thought that's what they said.
They did. But also, you know who said that was not true.
Right. That's. I was going to ask them if they needed it back, but now I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not giving it to them. We're taking it to you know who.
What was that?
Oh, should we be aware of anything when we're there? Like any dangers? Can you help us?
I would say the
Understanding
druids and Muriel, I believe there's something with an effigy. Muriel nods. She says, I haven't seen exactly everything because I can't get too close, but they are constructing something over there, some form of effigy, and if they are using the power of the gem to assist in that, may the Morning Lord have mercy on our souls. You must hurry.
We'll go. And when we come back, hopefully we'll come back, you must tell me everything about this curse of yours. It's incredible.
To the outsider, it might seem that way. I understand. Of course. I would be honored.
Oh, you mean the bird thing? Sorry, I thought you were talking about the land. Never mind.
Well, it's been lovely. Good luck with your winery. We've got to go. It's this way, yes?
Bye, Muriel.
Yes, beyond the winery and this, just keep on going until you see a hill and you should be fine. Yes. So you move off?
I'm going to follow Casariel.
As we get further away, Carla's going to say to Sean, look out for any birds following us. And then she'll turn to Casariel and in a whisper be like, their tune is incredibly different from when we first got there. Do you think something's after charming?
I mean, we did help them.
Birds.
I don't-
Bird watching.
Oh, the bird tune? What?
Yes.
Mm.
Bird tunes, yes.
All right.
What do you think?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I mean,
Neither can I.
Was it south or west of us?
They pointed towards the south, indeed, so past the winery.
where did they get the grapes from? Do you know? That's suspicious. I thought nothing was growing.
Anything that was grown was attacked, apparently.
Do you think those grapes are, like, blighted?
I think the grapes grew without the gem. Perhaps.
Hey, a hill. Do you see that?
Hey,
Where?
Look,
Oh, sorry.
right there. It's a very tiny hill on the map, but it's still a hill.
It's more of a.
You
knoll.
arrive. Yeah, like it's. I have to agree. Like on the map,
Oh,
it's
no.
like, oh, is that? Oh,
We've
that's-
arrived at Yester
that it,
Hill.
huh? Yeah. Like just quickly out of game. Like we have this in the Netherlands as well. Like the Netherlands is completely flat, and there is this one place where we have a hill, and we actually call it a hill, and it isn't a hill. That's exactly like this. Like, is that it? You know?
The place where I live has the opposite problem. It's all hills, so nothing's called a hill because it's all just land.
Mountains. So as you approach Yester Hill, you notice that you come into a bit of a forest, if you will, right in front of the hill. And I will bring you in.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, I
Oh my
know. It's a beautiful
God.
map. Once again, a wonderful map by DM Andy. He's doing such a great job with his maps. Every new map that I get from him is better and better and better.
It looks deadly,
Mhm.
but beautiful.
Let me put you guys down.
This looks like
There you are.
Burning Man in the forest.
You'd almost say that, right? So the forest in front of you is unsettling, peaceful, but there's some feeling under the surface. Looking around, you notice that there's effigies hanging from the trees, and you see several druid shrines that are lit by candles. There is a haunting beauty to this place, but there's an emphasis on the word haunting here.
Is there?
Well, I mean in the figurative, that's kind of how it looks, kind of sense. I'm not foreshadowing the fact that you might run into ghosts, or am I? But that's not what I intended.
Ghost is my trigger word, please.
I know.
My sleeper word. Anyways, go on.
What do you do?
Question: has it been more than an hour since we left the mansion?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. So at some point along the way, Stoker just sort of unraveled as bunch of strings pulled off in different directions, and I was very sad.
Oh. So he was basically vaporized, like the first time you get. Well, let's not like rattle up old stories.
And I just
How do we want to approach here? Do we want to
Is
try
it-
and talk to them with a deal, or
Oh, I think
feel like we've
I
already
think we're beyond that.
we've killed a few of them. I'm worried. I'd like to try, but I'm worried that it might go over poorly.
Yeah, what do you mean? Yeah, we can't try. The Lord of these lands is in direct opposition to them. We must take them out. Get the gem.
very well? First thing we see, we hope for a score, I suppose.
Yes, if we could avoid them. Is Yester Hill north on the map?
Yes. It is heavily obscured through the trees, but you might just be able to make something of a hill out beyond the tree line.
It would be best if we didn't go poking too much around here and try to make through. I could make both of you invisible and sneak through myself. I know I have the capabilities, but you too. It would help obscuring vision, again, helping with getting through there until we reach the main place. If we can get sight on whoever's in charge, whoever's holding this gem, the effigy even. Be important.
Yes. I think that's a good
Alrighty.
idea.
She'll hold out her hands for both of you. And she'll turn both of them invisible, but leave herself visible.
All right.
Using the second level.
Mhm.
I think we've done this a few times, so I imagine Kasariel and I have a established a method to like keep in contact, so we're able to walk closely.
I mean, you
And
can
what
see
color is
her
that?
with your blind sight.
Oh, exactly. So I can like essentially hold her hand or hold her shoulder. She can hold my shoulder, something like that.
What I'm going to imagine is happening, you two can move freely. Carla is going to stick as obscured as she can through like tree lines, rocks, anything that she can. She's going to not stay on the path, but pick her way through that way.
All right.
And I have 300 feet of dark vision, so I will lead John. We've
So
got our
I'll
clasping
follow her.
hands, so I'll just.
Yep. I'll follow Kasariel.
Go right ahead. The map is yours. As you move a little further down the path, I need all three of you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, exciting.
All right.
Yes, very exciting.
Ooh. 17.
14.
18.
This is perfect. Okay. It's never good when the DM laughs, right?
Or says this is perfect.
Ominous as shit.
So, Casario, you have the lowest roll on this. While you're slowly wandering through this woods, the three of you are very much on your guard. Looking around, this feels like a trap, right? There's no one here. The forest is eerily quiet. There's lit candles, so there must be someone around maintaining those. But you don't see a living soul. Not even a bird or a squirrel. Nothing. And there's a certain feeling that just sort of encroaches on the three of you. Carla, John, you've seen what these druids can do to the winery already. They're not nice people. The whole story of druids being one with nature and just like hugging trees and whatnot, that's not the kind of druids here. And as you think of what you might face soon, images start to fill your head of druidic rituals and human sacrifices and just all-round terribleness in order to get to some higher goal of sorts. And other than the fact that you're retrieving a gem here, that's why you're here, you get that sense of something pressing that just must be stopped. Casario, you are here with almost as much vigor as Carla and John combined, right? You need this gem. You want to talk to your mother. But as you're moving through this forest, you do feel a certain sense of, I don't want to call it kinship, but understanding. You are a cleric, after all, and you understand the power of duty-bound service to a higher power. And looking over the altars that you see around you, you feel an image of peace. You see druids that are praying and seeking solace with one another. There is a sad hope and a feeling of melancholy that fills you. The hope is fading, and they only seek peace and an end to the suffering for their people. As you might imagine, it is quite the opposite of what John and Carla are feeling right now.
Beautiful.
What was that?
Should we go talk to them?
No. Casario, this place feels horrible.
I mean,
I don't feel that a horrid feeling that something is
Yeah.
deeply, deeply wrong.
no, I feel the peace and tranquility that comes with service to a god or a higher power of some kind. No, we should talk to them.
Carla is going to grab her hand, and you can veto this if you want, but try to charm person to try and pull her out. Or can she not?
I like the idea, but tell me how you are going to grab her hand as she's invisible.
Oh, that's fun.
And also,
Okay.
if you charm person, is that concentration?
Hey, it is.
Yep. Yep, they're going to drop. They're going to drop. I mean, it's better than... Wait, is it?
Sorry.
Is it concentration?
I believe it is. Let me check, just to be sure.
I don't actually know.
That is a fair...
An enchantment.
Sorry, I'm feeling like some of
Yeah,
those
but it is
cults
like
that we
you're
fought.
casting a spell.
Casting spell,
You're
yeah,
casting a
that's it.
spell. So
That's
it will
right.
break concentration, but give me a good reason why you would be able to hold her hand for that.
I wouldn't. I completely forgot she was invisible. Completely forgot she's invisible. Never mind.
But I'm talking, so you might know the direction I'm coming from the sound of my voice.
Yeah, I could
I'll go
also
with
grab
that if you want to.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, sure. That will be with disadvantage though, but I will go
If
with
I
that.
see Carla like reaching out towards her, can I help by like guiding her, Casario's hand towards her? Because I can see Carla.
Rule of cool. I like it. Give me a D20 if that even works.
D20? Which person?
For John. Like
Oh,
John is
okay.
going to John is going to
boy.
move her hand towards you. If that works, you lose the disadvantage that I just imposed.
I got a 9.
Okay, so no, that doesn't work. So you can try, but it's with disadvantage.
John reaches out, and Casariel gets freaked out because she can't see John. So she's like, what are you doing?
No.
She just starts walking towards.
Okay, Carla is going to be like, Casari no one reach out wherever she heard her voice coming from. I'll go for disadvantage. 2.
Yeah, no, that's sorry.
So if she can't make contact, she's not going to try and cast the spell, so invisibility will stay up. But, ugh.
Casariel,
Okay, fair enough.
I'm feeling like those times where we've fought cults and they had those awful rituals where they killed people and blood sacrifice. This place feels like that.
I'm gonna look to the area where I hear John's voice coming from, and then look back at the beautiful vision of worship, and then look back at him, where his voice is coming from.
Do you hear any birds, any squirrels, anything? This place feels dead. This is not a grove of life.
Think of your mother. Doing this for her.
Okay, so just a quick check-in. Am I can I have a rational thought? Like, will my friends compelling me to like not do anything, is that gonna work or no? Or am I just
So again, I'm going to rule of cool this because by default, no, you are very much in the grasp of what's happening right now, and there's basically no save for it. But I will say, in our campaign, the feeling and sense of, wanting to see your mother is so freaking strong in you that it almost has to have an effect on this. So yeah, try and snap out of it. Give me it's a rationale. So give me a wisdom saving throw. Let's see.
Could I ask a very, very cheeky question? Is this a charm that's happening on her right now?
It is, but it doesn't work like that. So whatever you want
I
to do
wouldn't be
with
able
it by
to
breaking.
counter charm it?
No.
Okay.
No.
okay. Hold on, I don't know if it's 3 or
Here's the
It's
okay.
a very complex one.
25.
How much?
25. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
We'll go with
Familial
it.
love.
Okay. Note to self: never give them any more birth because they will always fuck up the story.
I kind of like the conflict. Oh man. Anyway, God.
So you look at the altar and you see these druids standing there in solace and whatnot, and in a split second you see them switching out from that vision to the ritual that John and Carla saw as well, with these dark pictures of almost demonic figures wearing, items of the forest and stabbing a blood-soaked dagger into a human sacrifice. This isn't the way druids do this. Well, apparently it is, but this is not how you notice from from any other place. These druids are evil.
As I look back, I stumble backward, and I imagine if John's behind me there, I'm just going to stumble back into him.
Yeah, I'll catch her. Are you all right?
No. What do we do? How do we... Should we go
You
around?
feel it too, right? You feel it?
Yes.
Something's wrong with this place.
See it now.
I don't like this place. The air feels heavier.
This is the moment to use that.
Oh man, such a cool moment ruined by my... Anyway, I love it.
It's perfect.
Carla, do you want to continue? What do you want to do? I'm following you.
Would we stop them in case they're bringing anything forward to help?
Are we actually seeing the image of these people in front of us right now doing this stuff?
You see that it is a vision. Like you
Oh, a
you
vision.
are
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, you are aware enough to know that this is something that is, it's like you're watching a movie. Like, you know, it's not real.
Very well. Yes, let's keep going forward. We need to stop whatever it is.
And Carla's going to pick her way towards like the tree lines. She's not going to go any path that she can't do that.
Just-
As you move up the tree line, you notice that near the path there is a rather large cave, and there is some warm fog bellowing out from the mouth of the cave.
I slowly pull out my wand of druid shocking.
You pushing forward. When I reach this point, is this like a camp set up?
No, it is also an altar.
And no one's near it.
Nope, just some lit candles, which is weird because you need to have someone around to actually light the candles.
This is very unsafe. This is how you start a forest fire.
It's quite dry here. Well, I mean, it's always wet in Barovia, so I suppose we'll take.
Because Sario, where's Sario?
Oh, I'm here.
Sorry, I didn't want to lose you.
I think these are giving them power somehow. Should we destroy them? Do you think it'll...
Yes.
I don't want
Yes.
to start a forest fire. We can turn off the candles.
You two are invisible. I'll stay to the sidelines if you want to disrupt the pattern and movement, and if anything comes out, I'll keep my eye.
Is this wise or is this a stupid idea?
Do you have ranged weapons that you could perhaps...
I don't want to. This invisibility is very useful. I don't want to mess that up. Maybe I can go up and he's gonna pick his way forward. I'm gonna go. What's the word for de-ignite? Extinguish. I'm gonna go extinguish the candles.
Yeah.
And he's gonna like pick his way very slowly towards these, and lick his fingers and each one of the candles.
All right. As you turn off all the candles over here, a voice fills your head. And you hear, "Ah, Chulane's prophecy. You are here to either bring forth Chulane's prophecy or die trying. Come. I will show you the way, perhaps your future."
Did you guys hear that?
You're the only one that heard that, John.
Oh.
Directionally, it sounded like it came from the cave.
Hear what?
Come over here. He's gonna get as close to Okay, Carla's here. He's gonna whisper to both of them. Do either of you know Tulane? So did you?
Not a name.
Somebody just said something about a prophecy of Tulane, and that it came from over there. And I point, but nobody can see me. The cave. It came from the cave. There was some voice, something about Tulane's prophecy, and we're here to do it, or something.
Sound like a nice voice or like a mean voice?
It sounded like a voice in a voice in a cave in a forest. Didn't sound.
That's an apt description, yes.
Was it man that you extinguished the flames or no?
It didn't seem so. It almost seemed like it expected me to. Should I
Oh,
do the other ones?
Maybe. What did it say exactly?
It said, Tulane's prophecy, you're here to make it come about or die trying. Come over here, I can show you the way, I think. And yeah, it was over there. I thought you guys could hear it.
Well, cave, middle of a creepy forest. What could go wrong?
Do either of you
Yes.
want to turn off some lights and maybe you can hear it too?
I'll give it a go. The closest candles are these ones, yes?
Light
say
the
so, the
candles
one to the
back up
right.
and then re-turn them off. Oh. All right, I'm gonna follow.
I was going to pick her way towards that way and then try to like extinguish a couple of these candles. And while she is, she's going to look up at these sort of statues. What's the vibe she's getting from them?
Creepy. Like they're made
Okay.
of animal bones, bits of hide,
I'm gonna
some
follow you, Casario.
tweed. It's like effigy level creepy.
Oof.
Lovely.
Tss, tss, tss. You extinguish the flames, and as you do, Carla, a voice fills your head. Julane's prophecy. You too are part of it. Come. We have much to discuss.
What's the prophecy?
There's no reply.
Okay, well, confirmed. John did hear that, and it is coming from the cave, and it looks like whatever voice it is wants us in there very badly. It's your call, Casario. Pardon?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Caves kind of freak me out. It'll be fine, but never mind. Everything's fine.
Okay, if it's not. It in terms of this mission, it is priority to your mother, so is to your deference.
All right, logically, we disrupted, theoretically, the ritual. This voice is either trying to mislead us and kill us and trap us in a cave, or it's trying to help us. So, I'll go in the cave. You two stay outside. That way,
Seems
if
like
something
that.
bad happens in there, you two can still go get the gem.
What if the gem's in the cave?
Oh,
Well, I can see it better than you will.
I could. Well, if you're willing to not be invisible, I could send a duplicate of myself in there.
Oh,
We could see if it tries to trap that. She'll say in Casario's head with message, not out loud.
I'm going to trick that.
Try. If it's an immediate trap, it will trigger it to a certain extent. And then after that, if it's not, we can pick our way forward together, but never separate, not in a place like this.
Remember the coffin maker, Casario.
I've got my ass royally handled to me if it wasn't for you two, so...
all right, let's do it. Let's go together.
Very well.
We all link arms and start walking towards the cave.
As you move closer to the cave,
Oh, it's
you
there.
notice that indeed there is a warm fog coming from it. And as you look inside, you notice lit candles placed haphazardly like through a rather foggy cavern. A little ways inside, you think you notice a cloaked figure hunched over something, their back turned to you. Dare thee enter.
Do you want to
Are-
call out him first?
Are there
Excuse
candles
me?
near us?
No, the rest of the candles are inside.
Damn.
Carla is going to point at the cloaked figure and message in his head like, were you the one talking to us?
Yes. Come on in.
Why don't you come out?
I cannot.
Why?
There's no reply to that.
That was all in your head.
That
Yes.
was within in head, so she's going to turn to them like, really sounds like a trap. Really, really sounds like a trap, and relay what was just said.
Hmm.
We just
Are you being held against your will?
No.
Yeah, it sounds like a trap. Wand of Druid shocking?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should we ask what the prophecy is?
Good question.
Ella
Thank you,
will
John.
message again. Tell us the prophecy, and we might consider entering the cave. If it's worthwhile.
Enter my cave, and I will share my prophecy.
Oh, buddy, it does not work like that. It's... Mm, you really should share the prophecy with us first. Really. That we're not going to go anywhere near there if it's just a prophecy about, I don't know, the sun or something like that. The sun will come out 3 days' time from now. That sort of prophecy. Not interesting. Prophecy related to anything worth our time. And we might consider entering your cave.
As you're standing here in the warm fog and you're giving off this speech of how it should work in your mind, you notice that the fog itself is captivating the three of you. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Oh my god.
It's an 11.
17.
I've rolled 2 14s in a row, so 17.
Okay. All three of you are inexplicably drawn to enter the cave.
Okay.
Carla,
One way to do it.
there's more candles in there. I need to extinguish them. And I start walking towards it.
Oh, I just can't leave a mystery alone. She's gonna go in.
Perhaps my mother's in here.
Oh God, I wish you hadn't said that.
What? No. What?
No.
No.
As you enter the cave, you notice candles haphazardly strewn about the cave, as I said. And a little ways away from you, on the altar, a hunched figure is sitting. And as you enter the cave, the figure slowly turns around and looks at the three of you.
I'm gonna step in
Looking-
front of my
Looking
friend.
is a free term here, as her eyes are all but scratched out. She slowly stands up and walks towards you as she says, "Step forward. I will show you the prophecy and your future." And she reaches out a very withered hand to the three of you.
I step forward.
I
and take her
extinguish a
hand.
single candle.
Okay. One candle goes out. As a matter of fact, allow me to do that.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh.
You're going to take her hand, Kazariel?
I step forward and take her hand.
All right.
Things are not always what they seem.
You take her hand, and you are incapacitated immediately. And a voice fills your head and says, "To see the future, you must understand the past. The druids have been forsaken by the villagers of Barovia, who praise their false god, the Morning Lord. The druids were driven from the villages to the forests. The Dark Lord came and cursed the druids, removing their ability to shapeshift. The druids planted one last fey tree upon Yester Hill, the ancient burial mound of the druids. The fey tree's roots grew deep into the burial mound and tapped into the druid ancestry, calling upon the spirits to protect druid and land from the evil of men and the Dark Lord. The tree has found an ancient druid called Theus to help guide them. The druids have found one of the fey gems which they have sworn to protect. They seek to animate a wicker man to return the land to nature, to rid the valley of the corruption which man has brought through wars and praying to false gods, and to end the reign of the Dark Lord. The future, the druids need your help if the lands are to be restored to the natural way. Go now. Help them defeat the evil man has brought to this valley. It is your destiny. And you come back out of your paralysis. Only you have heard this, Casario.
So what did it look like to me? I don't think Anne can see Casario.
To John and Carla, it looks like as she held her hand, Casario just... It almost looked like Casario looked at her hand in like a paralysis move and looked back up again. It was like a split second.
You all right, Casario?
I'm all right. I don't suppose you both heard that?
Heard what?
What?
The lady turns to John and Carla and reaches out both of her hands. She says, "You too shall receive the prophecy."
I extinguish one more candle.
Carla will reach out her hand.
All right.
And I reach out.
All right. Both of you go into paralysis, and you hear a prophecy in your head. To see the future, you must understand the past. The druids were driven to the forest when the first kings came. The villagers turned towards the Morning Lord, forsaking the druids, and when the Dark Lord captured the Water Fae, the druids tried to rescue her, but the Dark Lord struck them down and cursed the druids, removing their ability to shapeshift. With the Fae gone and no one to guide them, the druids planted a Fae tree on the druid burial mound centuries ago. The druids knew in time the Fae tree's roots would dig deep into the burial mound and tap into the dead spirits buried there. The Fae tree's roots found an ancestor of druids from over 1,000 years ago, Golthius. The tree spoke to the druids to guide them and to seek vengeance against those who forsake them. Golthius asked for sacrifices and in return protected the druids. Golthius' roots have grown over the centuries seeking power. His roots located the Fae gem at the winery and commanded the druids to retrieve it. He had druids build a wicker man and place the Fae gem inside. Golthius wishes to escape his prison by being trapped in the tree. He wishes to roam the valley as he once did by becoming the Wicker Man. Chulain learned the Fae tree became corrupt, for Golthius was a druid who was corrupted by the dark powers 1,000 years ago. Golthius became a vampire and was killed by a stake and buried in Yester Hill. The Fae tree roots found the wooden stake and became corrupt with Golthius' vampiric powers. Chulain warned his people, but it was too late. They are all under Golthius' illusion spell. Chulain foresaw adventurers from far away come to restore the druids' faith in the Fae and nature, to turn from their evil ways. The heart of Golthius must be destroyed, to end his reign and prevent Golthius from escaping as the Wicker Man. The future. Should you succeed, I see you talk to a vessel who knows all. She will guide you further. No more have I seen. Go now, there is little time. Chulain awaits you at the Temple of Kavan at the foot of Yester Hill. And she releases you.
Is his body still accessible? Could we get Golthius' body? Or am I Australian?
His body, no longer there. His essence, grotesquely so.
Of Yester Hill.
I feel like I know that name. Did we hear that in the first house we were in?
Which name?
The Golthius. If I remember back to the cult thing that we fought the big shambling mound thing and ran away from, was that a word that they kept saying over and over? Golthius?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
No. It is a household name in D&D, though, so you might know it from somewhere else.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway, beyond.
Need to go to the roots. Take out whatever hold that Golthius has on the other druids, and maybe they might actually be able to help us with the fanes.
Who?
Golthius? The tree.
What tree?
The prophecy. Did you not hear it?
Golthius was a big druid guy, turned into a vampire, killed, buried under a tree at Yester Hill.
Buried in Yester Hill,
Yeah.
then they planted a tree on top. The roots grew down, and his essence corrupted the tree as soon as the roots made contact with the stake within his heart. And now it's taken hold of the druids. Was that not what you heard?
He's making the druids bad, and the druids can not be bad if we stop that bad.
We might be able to free them. Another
I
ally.
want to turn back to the seer. Why have you given me a different prophecy?
I have given you the prophecy.
What'd she say to you?
Why was it different than the one you gave my friends?
The prophecy is exactly that which you need to hear. And all three of you have heard it.
Maybe she gave us the complicated one because Carla touched her hand.
Yes, blame me.
Well, no, I mean, like, I probably wouldn't have gotten it.
Oh, this is a puzzle solver. Hang on.
This one's got a brain cell. Let's go.
Okay, just for the sake of clarity, because I was trying to listen and write, can you just give give us little bullets of like what I heard and what they heard?
Yeah, so in essence, they're both the same stories, but there are a couple of major differences. So what you heard is basically that the druids have been forsaken by men and overlord of this land, and that both need to be eradicated through the power of the druids. The druids are going to eradicate both the Dark Lord and the people of Barovia, who are all believing in a false god, the Morning Lord. That's the one you heard, Cassariel.
Okay.
The one that John and Carla heard is definitely about the fact that there was a Dark Lord and he corrupted a water fae. And the druids tried to plant a fae tree to make sure that, their habitat wouldn't be hurt too much. And in time, that tree would come to their rescue. That tree, however, has mingled with some powers that it shouldn't, because unfortunately, underneath the tree, someone was buried that was also touched by the Dark Lord. He had some vampiric powers.
You always move the
Thereby,
graveyard before you plant the tree.
Never plant a tree in a graveyard. Yes, that is basically what the prophecy says here. And the prophecy of John and Carla implores them to go to Tulane and help him out to make sure that the Wicker Man and Golthius' essence don't escape this area.
Yeah. So we got to stop this Golthius guy and the big tree man.
Imagine we sort of compare notes and we get that sort of difference out of each other.
There's something very important in terms of freeing people within this land. There's very few of them here. And if the druids could maybe restore the land to some great level of harvest, things like the pie business might not pop up again, they'll be able to work with the winery to produce champagne, other things that would keep people's morale up. If we could free them, I think it would be worthy to try and follow this prophecy.
Yes.
We could ask them to give us the gem as a reward for freeing them.
I'm still a little on the fence about fighting people, but if we got this ancient undead thing in a mound and a tree person, I have no qualms about that. Not like a tree person, but like a person made out of tree. Never mind. Where I thought we were at Yester Hill. It's beyond where we are. Seer, what's your name? Sorry, I never asked.
Names have little value. I have many names in many places.
What's one of them?
They are of little importance. What?
Do they
I'm gonna
call
call you
you
Irene.
Fiend?
Oh, never mind.
Is that what you are? Are you a fiend?
I am not.
You Tulane, is this whole prophecy thing like you're just telling people stuff?
Fulfill your destiny. There is little time, she says, and she turns around and hunkers down again over what seems to be a small altar.
I'm gonna leave a ration on the table next to her. She looks like she could eat.
Sure. Is it a pie?
We do not have any pies anymore.
Cassariel destroyed my last pie, which
That's true.
Yeah, which was good. Thank you, Cassariel.
You're back, John.
Do you go outside?
What's the mound?
I
They're still invisible, yes.
Yes.
I stopped extinguishing lights because she doesn't really need them. Oh, never mind. Walk out. What was on the table? Was there anything special on the table? Because
Candles and some effigies. Although the effigies that you saw inside the cave are remarkably less creepy than the ones that you see outside here.
All right, onward to the burial tree.
All right. Do all three of you move towards the north?
I'm following Carla at this point. I assume with Cassariel as well.
Okay. You reach the end of the path. You see a bit of shallow open terrain, and beyond that, very clearly, a hill. And on that hill, you see quite a few things. You see concentric rings that are leading towards the top, and each ring, you notice a pile of stones. At the top of the large ring of stones stands, in the distance, a large tree that is looming over the hill. A flash of lightning illuminates a large creature that stands motionless in the ring of stones at the top. And you notice that at the base of the hill, you see a small temple with a small creature standing next to it.
Well, we tried.
John.
I'm kidding. This place looks horrible.
I was quite sure what we were doing before. Now I'm not so sure. What are we doing?
Digging up a vampire? What are we doing, Carla?
We're looking for an entrance at the base of the hill to find Tulane, and he would lead us towards
So,
how we could defeat.
oh, Tulane's here. You're right. At the temple of the one who sees and knows all or something?
Yes.
Yeah. That tree is supposed to be corrupted, right? What if we just burn it down?
We'd call that Plan B.
Okay. I think you're right there.
If we could read the druids, imagine giving that back to the land, people who can work with the land. The Fanes. I know we just met the Lord, and he did do us a massive favor by killing Morgantha, but
That was awesome.
it's
We
important.
didn't even talk about that. That was amazing.
It's important to keep our options open, and druids and fanes are things that are incredibly important if Casimir is to be believed. If we could save them, it would be ideal.
These druids are not the same. Are they? Or are they?
The same as what?
The same as the druids that were corrupted? Oh, they're the corrupted druids.
These ones, the ones on the hill, I think they are. Except for the lady with no eyes. And
Strahd has been around for centuries. There's no telling that these haven't been as well.
Can we see? Can we see how many druids there are? Are there druids around, or is there just that one creature that we see?
Further up the hill, you think you see some activity, but that's quite far away and quite up high. So the only activity right now that you can actually make out is that at the base of the hill, near some sort of a stone circle, there's one creature, if you will.
guess we're supposed to go to the temple at the base of Yester Hill. So you want to go there first?
All right.
Can we do from our point, sort of still within the tree lines, do a circle around Yester Hill to map it out and see if we can find the temple?
You can walk around Yester Hill to see, if you can spot anything else, but while there are concentric rings to go to the top, there's really only one path up. I will save you, a trip that'll take, at least an hour or two. At the other side is basically just a cliff.
Okay. So all that's there is that stone circle and that creature.
Do you think they have a sign that says Hill or Temple of the One Who Knows All?
We could always ask whatever's down there.
All right. Kasariel, you're invisible. Maybe you could make it like you're a spirit. Like, ooh, I am the one who came for the tree.
Yeah, just throw a sheet over her.
Do I have a sheet? No, I don't. Damn.
For bedding, just cut out ice.
I want to destroy my bedding.
Are we about 120 feet close to this creature?
Why do you ask?
I'm going to try and message it.
For that purpose, I will, if you want to get in 120 feet range to do so, sure.
Okay.
We'll
I will. I'll get just within that 120 foot range, point at that creature, and reach out and say, "Hello, are you Tulane?"
I am.
You hear.
Will you kill us?
Calls me. What is your intention here?
To free the druids from Gartheus's evil hold. To stop the Wicker Man from rising.
Then you have an ally in me. Show yourself.
Friendly, Kala will say to the air beside her and then start walking towards him.
We'll follow.
All right. As you move towards the hill, at the base of that hill, you notice a stone circle that this creature is standing next to. As you get closer, you notice that this creature is an elderly man, dressed in what you would expect to be Druid's attire. Patchy clothing, some leaves here and there, a hat that is made of basically plant refuse, I'd almost say. The man looks one with nature in both the worst and best possible way.
When we previously were in the Book of Strahd, there was a man with a long flowing white hair and a long flowing white beard. Does he remind me of him?
Not at all. Other than the
okay.
fact that they're about the same age. But other than that, no.
Okay, good to know. Hello, Tulane.
Greetings. Yes, it is I.
I'm Carla Lilacart. We just encountered the prophet, I think.
They had many names.
That cave. Yes, I don't know if you can see them, but my companions are here too. They just are keeping themselves hidden.
He closes his eyes for a second and then says, I feel 3 where none were before. Have you come to fulfill your destiny?
And to help? Nothing else.
Then come. Come and help me, he says, and he steps into the circle.
Rayla will follow.
My eyes will not permit me to see your friends, but for this I would require them to be in the circle.
I don't know if they are. John, can you tell?
I think we're all here.
Well in.
He puts his quarterstaff to the side and raises one hand and says, repeat with me.
With me.
Facta non verba. Vocamus magnus ballator. Facta non verba. Vocamus magnus ballator.
Na von Turbu
Ditto.
Volatano. Sorry, are we? No, I forgot the last part. I'm sorry.
Facta non verba.
Facta non verba.
Non verba.
Vocamus magnus ballator.
Vocamus.
Magnus Bolatar.
Ballator.
Facta non verba.
And we continue to repeat it after him.
Yes.
I want all 3 of you to say it.
Facta non verbo.
Down into like shorter syllables.
Volatan Nullabar.
Facta? No, you know what? I'm just going to put it in chat. Hang on.
The problem.
Facta police.
The problem with Discord is it as we speak over it, it's like my voice eclipses yours, so I don't know if it's gonna work perfectly.
It's in chat, both in Twitch and also in Discord, wherever you want.
Non-verbal fact. Vocamus Magnus Ballator.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Facta
Facta
non verba.
Non verba.
Vocamus Magnus Ballator.
Magnus
Magna ballator.
Ballator.
I will allow that. All right.
Macarena.
All 3 of you, give me a performance check.
Oh yeah, I'm great at these. I'm actually not bad at these. Oh, I'm horrible at these. Never mind.
Oh, that is
19.
a 18.
10.
All right.
I
That is enough.
misspelled I mispronounced all the words.
You did, but the rhythm was fine, and that is apparently all you needed. With the 3 of you and Tulane singing, well, chanting, at the same time, in the middle of the circle, suddenly an image appears.
Ayo.
I
Hello.
feel like I've seen him on Vikings.
Ragnar?
The man very much looks almost like a Viking, you'd say. He looks like a war chief, a warrior, like, you know, a strong man wearing a bear's pelt as a cape, a long beard and mustache, and a tattoo on his head. And he has very piercing green eyes. And as he appears in his ghostly form, he says, "Who is worthy in life to face death? Towards thee I stand, thou all-destroying but unconquering. My spirit is with you as you face your enemy. Fight to thy death and fall into one common darkness, and since neither can be mine, let me bestow upon you my conquering hate to strike down your foe, though they be damned. Thus I give up my spear, plunge it into the heart of thy enemy. To the last I grapple with thee. From hell's heart I stab at thee. From hate's sake I spit my last breath at thee. The spirit disappears and materializes into a long, blood-covered spear that lands on the ground.
I look at the spear. Is it... How big is it? Is it long?
It's a long, sturdy, two-handed spear that looks like it is radiating with power. Chulain looks at it and he says, "The blood spear of Kazan." Kavan, wow, Kavan. We need this if we were to defeat Golthius. We have little time. Who would deem themselves worthy of wielding this great weapon?
I looked at Casariel and Carla. What are you guys doing?
I imagine we're both looking at you.
Pretty much.
I placed my maul down on the ground, and as I do, you see these sort of the ethereal strings that connect it to that connect it to my hand break briefly. I'm gonna put my hand down on the spear.
The spear radiates with power, and it is accepted in your hands. You are now wielding the blood spear. For the time being, John, you can add the blood spear to your inventory. It's an item. And it is quite a cool item as well. For one, it is an actual stake that you can use to kill a heart.
Most stakes can be used to kill hearts. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but this one is actually pretty good at it. But other than that, if you kill a target, so you reduce it to 0 hit points, you also gain 2d6 temporary hit points out of it. So it's basically a vampiric spear.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
It also grants you +2 attack bonus. So anything you roll gets a +2.
Okay.
Only, oh my, oh wow.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool spear.
I'm going to add that to my equipment. Cool.
It does require attunement, but as you touch it, it basically auto-attunes to your hand. So there's no need to take an hour.
Okay, and also, I would also do a brief ritual to essentially rebind the strings to it so that I can make it my packed weapon. I don't know how long that ritual takes. It doesn't really specify in the features.
Sure. Do you take your maul with you, like strapped to your back or something?
The maul, I imagine it just sort of sits on the ground, and it doesn't have any of the malice that it was emanating before, and it almost seems like some of that was transferred into the spear. Is that okay?
I like it, but no. If you
Okay.
want to have it like transferred into anything, it's transferred into you, not into the blood spear.
Okay.
The blood
So
spear is
basically,
too special for that.
it's more along the lines of as I'm wielding it, it's my packed weapon kind of deal. Is that from a mechanical standpoint?
That is perfectly fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Because
And-
I would severely like hamstring you if it wouldn't be. So
I'm gonna leave them all there for now because I feel like it's too heavy to carry, or
fair enough.
It could just wink out of existence and be summoned later.
Good point.
You-
Yes.
You could put it in here, and I was gonna open the bag.
Oh, good idea. And just shove it in her bag.
It sits next to the Mace of Terror like two terrible little friends.
I absolutely love that.
Love it.
All right. So you stuff the maul in there because like that's the cool thing of a bag of holding. So you grin at Carla. Carla grins at you. From the back, you notice a couple of eyes looking at you for a second, and
Wait.
move on.
Hello. Hello. She'll like stuff her head in. Hello.
Are there eyes in the
There's
bag?
nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
For a brief second, Carla thought she saw something. Chulain talks to you and says, "We have little time. The druids have animated the Wicker Man, and Gulthias will begin its transformation from the tree into the Wicker Man and will become far too powerful. We must stop Gulthias before he is able to transform. We must go. We must go now."
Lead the way.
And he moves towards the path.
Well, I will follow him.
As you follow him, you will have quite something in front of you, but we'll take a quick break before we start heading up the hill. Hello, everybody. We are back after our little break. Hope you guys had a break too, because that's important. Before our break, we went to our new mansion that was cleaned up by our good friend. We called him Oedipus, right?
Orpheus.
Orpheus. Oedipus is a very
Orpheus.
different thing.
Orpheus, yeah.
Very different thing.
It's Orpheus, but they call him Orpheus.
Yeah, because it was with a P, right? Like you
PH.
reiterated that,
Yeah.
Carla.
PH.
Yes. Oedipus.
She's a writer.
You had a little moment where John got his little crystal eye that he can now use to summon his shadow servant.
Shadow Stoker.
And then you said, yes, Shadow Stoker. Oh, it's great. Like, Stoker makes a grand reappearance. And then you went back to the winery and subsequently to Yester Hill to see what this druidic bullcrap is all about and to see if you can get the gem. You have gotten a prophecy, quite interesting prophecy, where the prophecy for Casario was different than the one for John and Carla. But at the end of the day, you know that you need to help an elderly druid called Chulain, who is currently not under the spell of the evil Gulthias tree. And he has implored that you would help him. His last words to you before we took a break was that we have little time. That the druids are currently summoning a Wicker Man, and the transformation has already begun, and we need to hurry. And we started our trek up the mountain. And that is where we left off. Chulain will walk in front of you, and he speeds up the path.
And I will follow him.
John sort of...
Trying to keep behind him, kind of as obscured as possible.
All right.
As John walks, he's sort of like, making various jabbing motions with the spear, and he's like, he hasn't used a spear in a little while. He's trained with it, but it's been a little while.
Fair. As I said, this hill is made of like circular areas. So you're running up the first part and you're moving over the path. And as you're moving forward, Chulain turns around and looks at the three of you and he says, "The power of Gulthias is strong. I may not be able to safeguard you from what we are about to encounter. I am but a simple druid. You are adventurers. How do we approach? Are we going to be silent? Or are we going in guns blazing?"
It's a gun. Are we still invisible?
Yes,
That is
we
a
are.
very fair question, and yes, you are.
Cool.
Well, we have stealth on our side already. Get in there. Access to the Wicker Man as fast as possible. Save as many casualties from the druids as necessary, and get the fuck out with the gem in tow. Is that it okay?
Chulain, do I have to stab the tree or the Wicker Man to the ground? Oh,
Underneath the tree will have a heart, and it is this heart that needs to be killed for good.
Cool. Stab the tree in the heart. That's odd. Sure.
You will see.
So,
Rain, how old are you?
I am slightly over 100 years old.
you don't look a day over 85.
Thank you, but we must make haste, he says, and he turns around And he starts walking
Ready.
in. The time for idle chit chat long past.
I'm trying to go as stealthy as possible, try and like hide behind statues and rocks and stuff like that.
And as you move towards this particular pile of rocks, you notice that a
dear.
couple of rocks are starting to go loose, and a rotten, sinewy arm reaches from the ground through the pile, trying to claw its way up. It seems that even the buried are not left alone. Roll for initiative.
Oh dear,
Oh, Lord.
it's a 7.
A 1.
Okay.
I might be going last. I'm not sure yet.
You, Casario?
21.
21. All right. Casario, you are first. You are seeing a undead, well, you would assume druid, seeing as they're buried here, clawing its way out of this hill.
Kasariel will form 2 bolts of energy in her hands and release 2 moon bolts at it.
All right, let's go.
First one is a 20, and the second one is a 13.
Wow, they both hit.
Okay, that is 13 points of damage.
Total?
Yep, for both. Yep, 13.
All right. So the moon bolts rip into this zombified druid, and they slam away a bit of flesh, and there's a black, like, congealed blood dripping from his body. Is that it?
Yep, that's it for me.
All right. The zombie shambles forward and gets close to Carla.
Hi, buddy. Oh.
And it
Yeah.
tries to slam into you with one of his arms. And it does so for a 14.
Didn't hit. Did not
All right.
hit.
So it tries to slam at you, but it slams the ground instead.
He slight steps.
The corner of your eye, you're noticing that more ground is starting to shake as another zombie comes out of the ground.
Oh dear.
And next to Tulane, another one does. Carla, your turn.
I'll take out Casimir's dagger and my regular push dagger and go for a double slam down. So, does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Alrighty. So it's going to take. Three, 7 plus 13 plus with Casimir's, then it's an undead, so again
Yeah.
extra d4 of radiant damage.
You.
That is going to be a total of 17 points of damage.
Perfect. You stab at its heart, and you notice that that is enough to make it collapse. As you do, it just collapses right in front of you.
And pull the daggers out and watch it kind of like slump down, sheath them, and begin moving. Not sheath them. Kind of keep them up. I'm going to move as close as I can to this one.
All right. Tulane moves back to John and Casariel and holds onto his staff. And you're noticing that his hands glow green and his staff itself starts to grow some spikes. He casts Shillilag on it.
Excellent.
John.
Okay, from a mechanical standpoint, can I use this with heavy weapon master? If I use it with 2
The
hands?
spear? 100%.
Awesome. Okay, so real quick, I just want to see if I can actually get to this guy. All right, so I can get about here. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to this guy who is possibly threatening our friend at Tulane, and I'm gonna give him a whack. Just come up with the blunt end of the spear because I'm used to it, and I'm gonna smack him.
All right.
Well, I forgot I needed to roll with advantage, but I don't need to because I rolled a natural 20 on the first hit.
That pretty much hits. Yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be 16 plus 6, 22 plus another, and I rolled 6 on the 8, so crap, 18, 16 plus 8, 24, 30 damage first hit.
You obliterated, first hit. And as you do, you can roll 2d6s to determine how much.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Ooh.
And that is a 6 and a 4, so that's 10. Oh man, I love this thing.
Temporary hit points. Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, I'm very scared of what other things it might do, but I love this thing. All right, and having attacked and destroyed that thing, and I look around. Is there anything else near me?
Not at the moment. No.
All right.
Well, there is one further ways away near Carla.
All right, I'll say, Tulane, stay with Casario. And just
The temporary hit points flow into you, and that makes you feel strong. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Casario, around you, you notice the ground shake as 2 more druids claw their way out of the ground. Obviously, this counts for the rest of you as well. Casario, your turn.
I will form another 2 moon bolts in my hand, and I'm going to look over to the one that's near Carla, and I'm going to release both at the one near Carla.
All right, let's go.
Whoa. That's a 12 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And 23 for the second one.
Both hit. Let's go.
Nice.
What? Okay, so the first one is a 9, and then the second one is a 2, so 11.
11. Wonderful. It rips into him, but he's definitely still standing.
All right. I will stay where I am and lift my shield.
The 2 undead druids near you both get close to you, and they both try to slam into you. One tries to do so for a 6, which I would imagine doesn't hit.
No, she hits it with her shield, deflects it.
The other one tries to do so for a 19.
That hits.
All right. For the 19, that hits you for a total of 5 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
The one near Carla shambles towards Carla and does the same thing. It tries to slam into you. And it tries to do so for a 17.
That hits.
You also get 5 bludgeoning damage.
Duck.
Carla, your turn.
All right, I'm going to bring up the daggers and slash into him.
Let's go.
17.
Hits.
Epic.
Nice.
All right. 3, 6, 9, 2. That's an 11 damage to him, and 2 of it is radiant.
2 of which is radiant. That's 11 plus 2. He's barely standing, but he's still there. He's bleeding all over though.
Oh, exciting. Okay.
Would it be sap or blood?
Oh, it's not a spell.
Would it be sap or blood?
No, it is blood, but it's like congealed blood. It's like it's icky. Yeah.
Ooh, it's like mugh.
Yeah, it's like it's stinky.
Yeah, I suppose then from there, I'm just going to keep kind of circle around it a little bit over here. but I'm going to stay where I am.
Chulain comes to the aid of Casariel. As he stands next to her, he raises his staff and slams into this zombie over here. And he does so, let's see. He's not particularly good at this. He rolls a natural one, so he totally hits the ground. At least he tried.
It's been so long.
My back!
Oh no.
Oh. All right. John, your turn.
All right. I'm going to pull out the encased eye of Daskalu. I hope this works. And holding it out, I see an array of strings, and I pluck some. And rising next to Carla is the shadowy spirit of Stoker.
Hey, buddy.
And so he'll act right after my turn, and he's going to help her out while I run towards Casariel. And I don't think I can get up to her, but I won't be able to reach. So. Stoker, help out Carla.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if I could move that far.
Well, you can move that far because that is 30 feet, but
Okay.
you have a spear, and the spear will technically be able to reach that.
Okay. Well, I've used my action to summon the good boy.
That is true. All right.
All right. And immediately after I say that, help Carla. And just so you know, this is the fear version, which means that he can hide as a bonus action if it's dim light. He's going to make an attack against the creepy looking thing next door.
All right.
It's going to be... Oh, he got a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Ow! Okay. It's going to do 6 plus 16 damage. Holy crap.
Yeah, that shadow thing is pretty powerful. Yeah,
It's
this
cold damage.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, cool.
Like this zombie is gone. Like it's evaporated basically. Like it's almost as if someone would use Thunderwave on it, and it's just like moved into like a mushy, like bloody.
As soon as it turns into mush, Carlo will reach down and scratch Stroker's chin, good boy.
Yeah, Stoker just looks at you like.
And then after he does the attack, he'll move over towards the ones over here. He can actually move 40 feet. So can he get all the way up?
He totally can. Yes.
Yay! Okay, so he'll be right there.
All right. Awesome.
I love you, Stoker.
Top it around, Casario.
She'll look over at what's his name?
Stoker.
Chulain.
Oh,
No,
Chulain.
Oh, she realizes he's not that great of help. She'll form 2 more moonbolts, and she thinks for a minute about whether she should release them at both. And then John comes up, and so she releases it at the one to her right. Both of them.
All right.
The first one is a 10. The
That hits.
second one is a 23.
Also hits.
Okay. 10 points of damage.
All right. The one that you hit staggers a bit, but regains its footing and stands there with an expression only a zombie could love.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope. Stand my ground.
Both of the zombies will try to slam into you. One does with a 17, and one does with a 7.
No. She lifts her shield and just deflects the first one, and then sort of takes both hands and uses the shield to deflect the second one.
Beautiful. Both of the zombies are trying to pound on you, and it just they're zombies, right? They're simple folk. Fair enough. Carla, your turn.
Okay. Let me just measure that. I don't want that. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know how Foundry works. 35. Okay. Thanks for measuring it for me. Appreciate
There
it. Yeah. Okay, so Perla is going to move. Well, she can move 25, so it's like back here. And yeah, she'll move like diagonally to about this place. And she's going to take her push dagger and fling it at that zombie there in front of Casariel.
Cool. Let's go.
Does a natural 20 hit?
No. It sure does. You're
Fabulous.
throwing just your normal push dagger, right?
Normal push dagger, yeah. I didn't want to
alright.
lose Casimir's that quickly.
Which is fair. It still hits though.
Yes, that's going to be.
Don't forget crunchy crits, so you can do max. plus
Yes. Amazing. 4 and 3, so that is another 11 points of damage.
one. Oh, love it. All right. That dagger like hits an artery, and some congealed blood is just dripping down.
All right, and I'm just going to stay where I am, nice and protected.
Okey-dokey. Monsieur Jean, your turn.
You're muted, buddy.
You mute?
Thank you. Sorry about that. I was typing. So.
Hey.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and wail at the one between Casariel and Stoker, and
Yes.
let's go ahead and see how that turns out. You're not gonna believe this. Another natural 20.
Let's go.
Hey.
Ayo.
Crunchy crits.
Yep. I rolled low on the damage though, so I don't think that's gonna really matter. All right. Can I have my actions back? Thank you. There we go. So it's 25 to hit, and 8 plus 6 plus, oh my god, why is math so hard now? For 26. So I rolled low, so it's a 26.
You carry 9. 26 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So you swing this spear at like basically you do like a thrust motion in between everyone.
Yeah,
including
like
the zombie.
with the butt of it.
Yeah.
Like, whack.
And you hit him like straight in the freaking Adam's apple, and you sever his head from his body. He gone. Throw me 2 d6s for your temporary hit points to see if you get any higher.
Nope, not any higher. It's a 7.
All right, up to you, of course, but I would say
I'll keep the 10.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, I imagine Casariel and I have done this before, where we sort of like do a sort of a combat roll where I roll over her back and then stab into the thing on the other side of her. We're
sure
parrying off of each
Oh,
other
yeah.
kind of deal. Yeah, hell yeah.
I love that.
Does a 14 hit?
It does.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Yep. So it wasn't quite as critty, but awesome. 8.
I imagine that the Stoker's attack on the other one.
That's 22. No, that was my second attack. I can do 2.
He's already dead.
Oh, the one on the other side of.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're doing. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, never mind. Go ahead.
So yep.
It just connected with me what you wanted to do. Yeah.
No worries. So that is 12 plus 10, 22.
What happens? Holy shit.
So I imagine Casariel and John are essentially like both moving in sync with each other, where she's hitting, John's hitting, and then they both like swirl around each other and end up with both their blades or whatever in the final zombie, and it crumples. Does that make sense?
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And as it does, you can roll 2d6 if you want to.
I don't know if I'm going to beat 10. And I did not. I got 6.
Perfect. With the last of the zombies vanquished, Chulain looks at you and he says, I can see why the prophecy talks of you 3. However, we must hurry. We are not at the top just yet. And he moves forward.
Part of a lot of prophecies these days.
For technicality's sake, by the way, we're going to keep turn follow as we have.
Okay.
I didn't cast this. I attacked, so yeah, that means your invisibility was dropped.
Well, and also
yes,
we
you're-
attacked. So yeah, I think if we attack but yeah.
As you approach the second ring and move upwards, you notice that the ring doesn't look dissimilar to the one you've just been at. Running upwards, he just looks back at you with an expectant look. Are we running or are we walking?
I'm chasing right behind him. I imagine we're all.
Yeah.
Right.
Charging forward.
As you are charging, you notice another rumbling next to you. And more zombies start to emerge.
We leave them here. Run forward.
Do you say that?
I'm going to say that to my team. They don't move fast. We could dash out of here. Get as close to the effigy as possible.
I'm going to look to Xario. What do you say?
Well, they'll be coming up behind us, won't they?
If we end this fast enough, we might be able to finish them all in one.
You know what? Carla, your ideas have been good before. I trust you. Let's do it.
I'm with you.
All right,
Rush.
get running. She's going to dash
Perfect.
as fast as possible out of combat.
The zombies appear behind you, but you rush forward up the hill. The zombies do follow suit, but they do lag behind rather quickly as they are much slower. As you reach the top of the hill, Tulane once again stops you and points at what lies beyond. Let me know when the map is loaded.
It's loaded for me.
It's loaded.
All right, wonderful. He says, "We have to be extremely careful here. Beyond this circle lies the tree, and the tree is our ultimate goal, for the tree is what holds the power of Golthias at this moment. However, the focus of the druids at the moment is focused on the Wicker Man. It would be ill-advised to go in combat with them at this point, for we would not only face the druids, but also their minions and the undead that we've left behind. I would advise that we move past in secrecy. But the choice is yours."
We move towards the tree and stab it. Yes, that's the goal.
I think so. I'm going to whisper, I think so.
Right. Okay. Well, I suppose another round for you two, and I am pretty stealthy. I do feel confident that I could sneak through.
Thank you, Carla.
Give me your hands.
Okay.
I'm going to take a bit of moon water.
Yep.
Put a crescent moon on my forehead and cast Death Ward myself.
Well, someone is not trusting the DM.
And I'm going to think very carefully about casting Bless and then realize I have a cute little puppy here and be happy with that. No Bless.
So you guys are trying to follow suit, and you're going to choose the stealthy route? Not attacking anything?
And
I'm going to make them both invisible and then keep kind of like below myself.
Right.
And Stoker can hide in shadows. Like, he can bonus action
can.
hide. So
Absolutely. So he's technically invisible too. Carla, you are the only one that needs to throw a stealth check right now, because the rest is totally invisible.
Excellent.
Does Tulane need to throw a stealth check?
I already did.
I'm joking. I just thought that was hilarious.
Going to
No,
be
no.
21.
It's it's a good question, and Tulane has thrown an invisibility check, so
That's
you've thrown
fine.
a 21?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you, Carla, are actually pretty stealthy. And you move across this path with grace, hiding where you can, and moving towards just basically halfway this hill. Tulane does the same thing. You guys are fine for now.
Okay.
Tulane tries to move basically halfway this circle. Give me another stealth check.
19.
You're fine once again. And Tulane is too.
Yeah, John's going to whisper, wait, isn't that the tree? And he's going to sort of tug your arm towards the tree that we're passing on the left over here.
It's a very small tree.
Oh, okay.
And from where you're standing right now, you can see a giant of a tree towards your south.
Oh, is it over here?
It's off the map.
Oh, okay. I thought
yeah,
it was
it's
at the top. Got it.
No, it's big. Like from your player's perspective, you can see this tree. There's no doubt about where you're going.
Okay.
Jelaine moves another bit and beckons you over.
Brother will follow.
All right, give me one more stealth check.
We get right there. That's a natural 20. That's a 29.
You're home free. All right, you make it to the other side of the hill, no issue. As you are moving along this path, you hear incessant chanting. And as you might have popped up your head just for a brief moment, and especially for Casario and John, who are invisible and can totally do this. As you're looking, you are indeed seeing this Wicker Man, if you will. The Wicker Man is big. Like big. This thing stands 60 feet tall and is made of twigs and other plant refuse. It is a giant, and would that ever come to life? That is scary.
It's also glowing green.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Coincidentally, the same color as the gem that you guys are trying to find.
As we get up here, I'm going to say, are we sure they haven't put it in the big statue over there?
We're looking for the heart of the tree to free them so we can stop the statue from being taken over by the tree.
I'm sorry.
It's a complicated plan. I understand.
I understand. I'll follow you. You know what you're doing.
Thank God you're here, Carla.
As you stand at the edge of the top of this mountain, you see in front of you a very, very large, lone tree. The tree itself is twisted and its branches reach like spindled fingers into the sky. Around the trunk are small scrubs and trees, and bones and odd effigies are strewn around the tree. There's some gnarled roots in the ground that push up through the ground. It's a little ways away still, but you notice that there appears to be some blood on the ground around the trunk. Jelaine points towards the tree and says, "There, that is Gulthias' tree. We must get close to the trunk and dig. The chamber with Gulthias' heart is below the trunk. We must be careful. Gulthias will protect the tree." He looks at the three of you and produces a shovel and says, "Who will do the digging?"
Didn't mention anything about digging.
I'm going to take the shovel and then I'm going to look at the other two. Can we burn the tree? Should we put the oil on it? You know,
Yes.
and then the
How about-
fire.
I would alert the druids though.
Yeah, I
We could
thought
just get the oil on it.
Delane, I thought you said there was a heart in the tree. It's under the tree?
The tree and the heart are one. The heart is underneath the tree.
How long will it take to dig? We might not have that much time.
The chamber is large, so the dig should not take long. However, we must make haste, for the powers are already starting to transfer to the Wicker Man.
Very well. Okay. We'll go to the tree trunk. Okay. Idea. Tell me if you hate it. I'll pop that potion of strength and start digging, and you two can watch out and get oil around the tree to get ready in case we do need to burn it. And I can dig down into the chamber.
Are you actively discussing this with that Julian can hear this?
Yes.
Right. He will chip in and say,
Burning the tree will only stop it temporarily.
No.
The true power of the tree lies with the heart.
Is it
Very
going to
well.
attack us?
What was that?
Is it going to attack us?
I fear it might.
Trees
Ooh,
attacking. This place is crazy.
What do you think of
Alright.
that idea? Or is it a stupid way to use the strength potion?
I mean, if he said it's not too far down, I imagine I could make a dent in it pretty quickly. If you
Right.
want to
I mean, you
conserve
can-
that.
Okay, we will. You can... You'll dig. We'll guard. We'll get down there. We'll stop this completely. We have to at least try. And if it all goes shits up, we have oil and we have fire. Temporary is better than nothing.
Sounds like a plan. Do you want to put the oil on the tree as a precaution? And while I start digging?
While you start digging, what we'll do is we'll get the oil out and start, as a precaution, putting it on the tree. And if anything starts attacking I think me and Casario, are we down to flank? Just basically John, make sure that he's safe while he digs down.
Yes, I can make a healing aura. Do you know?
Excellent.
That'll heal us all. So if it attacks us, we can just continue to dig.
Very
And
well.
so can I.
Oh, that's better. Yes.
Cool.
Excellent. All right, that's our plan. Let's do it.
Are we right up to the tree at this point?
You're moving towards the tree right now, if you're ready.
Yep. All right. As we get close, are there any other details on the tree that strike out to us?
Looking at the tree, now that you're getting closer to it, as I said before, you're noticing that the ground itself is reddish. It almost seems like the ground itself is bloody and mushy. The tree looks gnarled and is big and tall, and there's branches and roots and everything. Around you, as you can see, there are effigies and symbols strewn about, as well as bones and other offerings to the tree. The whole place looks bad. It seems that the way to the tree is not blocked. And as you get closer, Julaine says,
The heart of the tree is below it. You must dig close to the trunk.
I'm going to make a quick circle around, because I'm still invisible, make a quick circle around the tree and look for the best place to dig.
as you circle around the tree, you don't have to move your token. As you circle around the tree, you notice that there are a couple of spots that will be closest to the trunk, which be either from where you are approaching, there is a spot that is kind of close. From the west, there is an indent between the roots where you should be able to get to. Yep, over there. And you're also noticing that from the east, there is the same thing. As you are circling around, you're noticing that from the south, there is an indent like that as well, but it is covered with a corpse and a weapon.
Does this weapon look familiar? Does it look like any of the paladin gear that we've seen before?
No, it just looks like a what is that? Like a war axe. It doesn't look familiar.
All right, so right before I set out to digging, I'll go to Carla. There's a corpse over there on the other side of the tree. I don't know if that's interesting to you, or just letting you know.
Thank you. Where will you dig?
I'm gonna gesture towards what is the east of the tree, and it looked like there were a couple of good places, but this one looks fine. It also
We'll go there then.
Yeah, cool. So I'll go right where I'm, the east of the tree.
All right. You can approach the tree. Remember, we are still at this moment in a initiative order, and you can only use your movement every single time you move.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So it's me first.
Oh yes, I should go back.
It is you first.
Okay. So we're going to the east side of the tree. Is that right?
Yes.
If
that's
we're
where I
in
intended.
technically that, can we do like dash
You can.
or no? Yeah, so you can go double.
And Stoker, for the intents and purposes, just simplicity, is going to be on my heels essentially.
Sure. As soon as you call him forward to do anything, I'll put the token down.
Cool. Perfect. Yep. Simplicity.
So as you move closer to the tree, You're noticing that branches, sorry, not branches, roots are starting to come loose. And they try to slap at you. The tree roots themselves try to get close to you, and they try to attack you for an 18.
That hits.
You take 5 points of slashing damage from the sharp roots that are trying to attack you.
What's going on up there?
Asariel, that bubble that you have, could we lock that down while John digs down?
What?
The hut. The unit's tiny hut. Could you slap that down while John digs down?
I can, yes. It's a good idea.
Would that have any impact on your healing thing you said you would do?
Well,
Isn't that
it
something
does
that
take a
comes from
minute
the island?
to cast, so it will be a long time to cast it.
Ooh, okay, yeah. That is sick. Yeah, that's a lot of rounds.
I think we just need to deal with this.
Okay.
Carla.
Alrighty, going to do. Yeah, okay. Just gonna go. Why is that nothing? Okay. Alright, burn there. Wait, oh. Sorry. I don't mean to
Take
be
your
like
time.
this. Yeah. Okay. She's going to go over here.
On one
Slash.
place, the roots try to slash at you, but you are quick enough that you miss them. However, the second place tries to hit you, and it does try to do that with a 15.
That hits.
So the first set of roots try to lash at you, but fail. The second one tries to slash at you for 5 points. Slashing damage.
You do? And do I need to do a concentration check?
They're still invisible, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, in that case, by the way, sorry, total retcon. The roots don't know where you are at the moment just yet, Asariel. So you can reiterate those hit points that I told you were hit by. You're still invisible, the tree doesn't know where you are. Yeah. For you, Carla, however, yes, you do need to make a concentration check right now.
Okay, that's a 19 plus... Plus 0, so 19.
You're fine.
Okay.
All right, John.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and rush forward as well. Let me get the measuring. Right behind Carla, and I'll actually I'll go right between the two, and Stoker same with me. And do the roots look like? Does it look like just the entire root system is animate, or is it like? Do they look like individual things?
You see, like, if you look around you, you see roots here and there, like, popping out of the ground. But you've noticed now that it slashed at Carla. You notice that these roots just pop up from the ground as you are moving. It looks like there are patches where the roots are just closer to the ground surface, where it just easily just pops out and lashes at you. It doesn't seem to be everywhere, but it seems to be pockets. And it's hard to discern where those pockets are.
Did Tulane move before me, or is he staying back?
No, he's moving too.
Okay.
And he's moving here. And since he is not invisible, he... God, natural 20 against him. Okay. Jelaine gets hit with the brunt force of these roots. Oh, poor guy. He gets hit with 6. And... Oh, wait, we do crunchy crits, right? So that's 6 plus 8. That's 14 points of damage.
Oof.
Yeah, that's... He's still looking okay, but that hurt.
And as I finish up my run, I was just, Tulane, is there any way to piece these roots?
There is not. Move!
He says. In the south, you're starting to notice movement in the line of bushes that are surrounding this tree. It seems as if there are more allies to help the tree, as you notice a couple of needle blights that are moving in on your position. Flop it around, Casario.
A couple of, what did you say were moving in on us?
Needle blights. These are very small, needly kind of like walking bushes that you have encountered before over at the winery.
Sure. And where did you say they were coming from?
From the south. Yeah.
Okay. New plan. Why don't you just dig right there? We don't have to go that way. Dig right in the front. I will start to conjure a sphere of energy that radiates for 30 feet around us, and I channel my divinity, and our Twilight Sanctuary is surrounding us. And then I will also, as my bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right. Where do you want that circle centered? On you?
Yes, please.
Alrighty.
And for my spiritual weapon, I will just I'm gonna just cast it right next to me for now.
Alrighty.
And the part of the tree that it didn't hit me before, right? We retcon that,
Yeah, because you're still invisible.
right? But it did hit Carla.
It did hit Carla.
Okay, so the part of the tree that did hit Carla, I wanted the spiritual weapon to take a swipe at that, please.
Okay. The spiritual weapon hits the ground.
Okay.
It went away, I think. Was it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So do I roll for it or no?
You can if you want to, but it won't do any damage.
Okay, so the spiritual weapon, like, just missed it as it went underneath the ground. The spiritual weapon takes a swipe at it, since we're all happening in
That is
6
perfectly
seconds.
fine. Yes.
Okay, that's it for me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Alrighty.
No, I'm gonna use my movement. I'm going to move my full movement here.
All right. As you get closer to the tree, it does have tremor sense and notice that you're moving there, so it does try to take a swipe at you in your general direction, which probably fails as it rolls a 12.
Yes.
Yeah, so you basically have like a root just flying over your head, like, and it misses you. So you're fine.
Right?
Carla.
Right, new plan. Off we go. And Carla is going to take her movement to get as close to the tree as possible and leave sort of an opening for John to get in there.
You avoid the roots, believe it or not, so you're fine.
Too fast.
There's actually, the roots didn't respond to you. Apparently you ran in between the pockets.
Oh.
John.
All right, so essentially watching her move and seeing that nothing happened, he's going to follow her footsteps and stop right behind her. And jam the shovel into the ground.
All right. You use your first action to dig.
Yes.
That is one down. Tulane will join all of you. Oh, there we go. And make sure that you guys are safe. Casero, you can look like just around the tree from where you are standing, and you're noticing that the needle blights are moving in on you, and that more of them are joining them. Top it around. Casario, what do you do?
Okay, so did Carla and John both go?
Yes.
Sorry, okay, I missed that. I was John, you have 9 temporary hit points. Carla, you have 11.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Casario will see that, and I'm going to dash.
Oh, just so you know, I'm digging right here.
I know.
Okay, cool. Just cool.
30, 30, 60, so I can get to like right here. Sorry, it's colliding.
No issue.
It's paused.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to dash as my action.
Right, and you wanted to go... hang on.
Technical
what's doing that.
difficulties.
Yeah,
Technical
me just move you around that.
difficulties.
there you go. You wanted to go there, right?
Yeah, my full movement, so that's 60 feet. So like right here.
Okay. All right, there we go. Yay, Foundry. I'm so sorry for that. You take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different root attacks as you move. What's that? One is a 17. One is a 13. One is another 17. And one is a 19.
So the first 4, I dodge as I'm running. And the last one hits me.
All right, go Casario.
Nice. That hits you for 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
You're standing face to face with a couple of needle blights that are coming your way over there, by the way.
I am.
Anything you want to do?
I want, as my bonus action, I want to bring my spiritual weapon with me.
All right. It has a movement of 20, I believe.
Yep.
All right, there we go. It is coming towards you. Carla.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
I'd like to hold my action that if anything attempts to attack John while he's digging, she'll immediately go to like try and parry or block that.
All right, so you
With her
go
dagger.
in, you basically go defensive stance.
Defensive stance near John. Past that, I'm staying where I am.
All right. The roots don't seem to mind you at the moment, so you're fine.
I'm just so small. They just don't even notice. I'm just a little guy. Come on, it's my birthday. No.
John.
All right, I'm going to use my action to keep digging, to dig once more, and yell at say, Stoker, go help Casario. And so he's going to dash 80 feet to get in front of Casario between her and the blights.
Okay. Let me see. He will get over there. Yep.
Coolsies.
He totally can.
And I don't know how hiding works while moving, but I don't know if he can actually hide and move, given that he can hide in shadows.
Here we go. Hiding, I believe, is also an action, and you used your action to dash.
Well, so that's the bonus of the shadow stealth thing, is that while in dim light or darkness, the spirit takes the hide action. So it's like not. I don't know if it can. It might be an action. I don't know. So however it works. Maybe others can't.
But it's in dim, right? It's in dim light.
I think so. Yeah, her Twilight Sanctuary is in effect. I think actually though, I think you might be right in that the other two can't take that action and it can. So we're all good. We're all good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Still, it's there.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Shalane is also fiercely defending you. John is not doing anything. However, the roots have taken notice of him. And they... God damn it. Natural 20.
Tulane, stop standing on the roots.
I'm killing my own characters. That's not...
Hey,
that's not
I rolled
nice.
2 20s in a row earlier, so it makes sense. Balancing the universe.
That's a 2 and... it's 10. All right.
Does he get temporary hit points? Because he's
From
in that
Casario?
range. From Casario?
Well, it's centered on me, so none of you are getting temporary hit points now.
Oh,
Right.
okay, cool.
Yeah, good point.
Epic.
Let me just move that with you, by the way.
What was
There we
stocked
go.
in that area? Whew.
So no, he doesn't. However, now that he's standing here and fiercely defending you, and he gets like hit with that, he will cast Cure Wounds on himself because it's starting to hurt a little bit.
Man, it seems safer over here, man. You want to stand on a non-route?
No, I'm fine.
That's okay. Sure.
And he gives himself. He gets himself 11 hit points back.
Ooh, nice.
It's something.
Yeah.
Alrighty. John, you said you keep digging, so that's number 2.
Yep.
Casario, the needle blights that are getting closer to you, they fire their needles at you. It's a ranged attack spell. And they try to do so with... nope, with a 6. With a 17.
Does not hit.
Alright, so the first one is just like goes completely wide. The second one like sort of like hits on the shield that you have. So it did hit, but it didn't. The other needle blights move in closer. And probably not going to make... no, they are. So that's another 2. That's a 10. Nope. And natural 20. I have my 20 day today. Which I imagine hits.
Yes.
That would be 6 plus a... It's 12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
In the line of bushes down there, you notice 2 more twig blights are coming to save the tree. Top it around. Casario, your turn.
So as Casariel is running, she is getting attacked by the 5 branches. 1, 2, 3, 4. She dodges them. On the 5th one that gets her, she almost trips. But instead, she begins to, running full speed, just begins to run into the air. So she casts Steps of Night, and she lifts 30 feet into the air.
Love it.
That's awesome.
All right.
So
So
now
cool.
she's 30 feet vertical. And I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon as my bonus action. 20 more feet. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. You can do it.
It's coming. There we go.
I love it.
That was 20 feet.
That was 20 feet.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
We be dashing.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks very menacing.
That's
though.
it. Yeah.
So you're
okay,
floating
yeah,
up in
so
the air, like wings at your back,
action.
glowing eyes. That
bonus
looks cool.
action.
That is so.
Yeah. And I'm gonna look back at them and look at these twig blights and just stand my ground.
Stoker, look
All
at
right.
you.
Well, not really stand my ground, but you know what I mean.
Love it.
Fly my ground.
Carla.
Same as last time, holding my action if anything attacks John, I will attack it first, if I can.
The roots still haven't noticed you. You lucky.
I do have that trait.
John.
I'm going to use my action to dig again.
That is 3.
Yes.
Shulaine is also still standing there fiercely defending you, and the roots also aren't noticing him at the moment.
So, it does say Stoker can act have my verbal, but I told him to protect Casario. Can he still act?
Oh, sorry. Yes, absolutely. I totally glanced over that. So yes, he can.
Totally cool. So basically, she's sailing up there, so he's gonna prance forward a little bit to about right here, and then
Yep.
ow! And he's gonna howl and unleash the dreadful scream of the Shadow Stoker.
One of the roots will try to swipe up in, but misses.
Okay,
Just so you know.
awesome.
But it misses.
His AC is
All right.
14, by the way, so it's not super high, but
Okay, good to know.
just so you know. So basically everything within 30 feet of him, and unfortunately it is everything, not my choice. Everything within 30 feet of him will have to make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of Stoker for 1 minute.
Casario doesn't have to do that, as she's 30 feet in the air and behind him, so she's safe.
Yay! Thank you. I was hoping that helped.
Yeah. All right. So wisdom saving throw, you said.
Yes.
Well, these things are luckily very wise.
Oh boy.
Nope, they're really not. That is a -1 on that. That's a 7.
I believe it's a 15 is the DC.
Yeah, no, it's one roll for all of them. So that's a 7. So that's a nope.
Okay, so now if that's the case, they are frightened, which means they can still attack, but now while it is within their line of sight, they have disadvantage on any attack roll, and they cannot willingly move closer to the dog.
Cool.
So if they,
All right.
and also at the end of their every turn, they can re-roll the save wisdom.
Love it.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
The needle blights that are currently gathered here, 2 of them will try to attack Stoker, 2 of them will attempt to attack Casariel, but they will all do so with disadvantage, if I understand correctly. That is an that is a 2. Another 2. The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. That is a... Oh, God. Oh, okay. That an 18 and an 18. That's cool. So that is one on Stoker. And then we have 4 on Casariel. Nope. So there's one attack on Stoker that actually hits with an 18. And it does so for 8 piercing damage.
Ooh, okay. So it's 35 minus 8, so it's 27. Ow!
Casariel, top it around. Your turn.
All right. I am going to. I'd like to cast something that's 90 feet is the range.
You're going to make that choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I don't want to get any closer to them than I have to. I'm 30 feet in the air.
Towards them right now is about 70 to 75, so you should be fine.
Actually, you know what? Okay, I can fly 30 feet. Okay. You said I can reach them from where I am now?
You can, yes.
Okay.
I measured the one that's mostly in the back of the 3. So.
All right. Bonus action, I'm going to bring my spiritual weapon 20 feet towards me.
Come on, buddy.
It's basically behind you right now.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, mistress.
Okay, great. And then I will close my eyes, pray to Saloon, cover my eyes, and then fling invisibility at them, but I am casting sleep.
Okay. Give me a number.
So, this spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect. So it's a sphere. I'm casting it centered on the middle of them all so that it'll affect them all essentially.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
Give me 5d8. Let's see what you get.
Oh boy, 5d8. Okay. Do I have 5d8? I do. Nope, that's not a d8. Okay.
Seems we need a sponsor to get us more dice. You know, just saying.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. 16, 17.
Nice companies out there. We are so beautiful and wonderful, and we do this every week.
We
Contact.
will shout out your
33.
name every single time. 33 total?
33 points. So, starting with the one, I guess, with the lowest hit points, I think they probably all have the same hit points. But anyways, so 30. Did I just say 33?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 33 points worth of them fall asleep.
3 of the 4 needle blights immediately fall to sleep in front of your eyes. The 4th one
Okay.
is still resiliently standing.
Don't damage the ones that are sleeping. Let them sleep, okay, buddy?
It is so fun every single time. That button, I love it.
Good boy. That's the end of my turn.
Perfect. Okay, Carla.
Same as always.
All right, the roots
think-
have noticed you, and they try to attack you for a 19.
That sure does hit.
Roots slash into you for not too bad. 4 slashing damage.
Alrighty, I'll make my concentration check.
Mhm.
14 plus 0, so 14. Is that?
That's still fine.
Okay.
I think it just had to be 10. So
Okay, awesome. I don't know concentration. Okay, perfect.
Alright.
John is still invisible.
Mr. John, your turn.
I'm still digging.
All right, that's 4.
Cool. I think Stoker, he's just there to protect Casariel, so I don't know if he can take orders from anyone else, but like, would you rule that he can run up to the non-sleeping one and go, "Ah"? bite him.
Sure.
Yay! Okay. He just sort of like, almost like prances / floats up to it and just bites its ankle.
I love it. All right, roll me an attack.
All right, this is going to be. Oh yeah, D12. Forgot about that. Cool.
Another ghost dog from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
Kind
and this
of,
is
vibes.
yeah, and these creatures, these needle blights, are basically like very small twig figures. They're like almost like wooden effigies. So it's basically like Go Fetch Boy.
So I got a 27 to hit. I rolled a 19. That's so many high rolls. I love it. But it was a low roll on the damage, so that's going to be 8 damage.
Wow. It's needling, bleeding. Yeah, like it's
Sappy.
Splintering.
it doesn't feel too good, Mr. Stark, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And that's it.
Cool. The one that is still alive tries to attack Stoker because, well, he doesn't like it, so he tries to claw at it. And it does so for a 14.
That would match. First of all, did they re-roll the frightened saving throw from the last turn?
Oh, they did not, so I will need to do that first.
There's a wisdom beat the DC's 15.
15. That is a 19 minus 18, so that
Okay,
does
yeah. So he's no
make it.
longer frightened. So cool.
So that's 6 piercing damage on Stoker.
Don't make him sad.
Oh. All right. 2 more needle blights are moving in, and as they are, they can shoot at Stoker, and they will. They shoot for a 16 and for a 12.
1 hits.
All right. That one will hit for a total of 8 piercing damage.
And he is shadowy.
That's a way to put it. Top it around. Casaria.
All right. I will fly 30 feet towards Stoker.
Yeah.
And I am going to. I think.
Go ahead.
I'm going to release 2 moonbolts. Actually, I'm going to release 1 moonbolt at the twig figure in front of Stoker and see if it dies. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Dare I say, yeah, that hits.
What is with the crits today? This is awesome.
So,
Like on both sides.
I don't really understand crunchy crits, but I rolled a 3. So that would be 6, right?
Yeah, so your default dice for that is a d6, right?
It's a D10.
D10. Okay, so it's 10 plus whatever you just rolled.
13 then. 13 points of damage.
13. All right. This thing just obliterates into a pile of needles.
Ooh, beautiful.
It's gone.
All right.
I imagine it was like poised to strike again, and Stoker was almost whimpering, and it just explodes.
Right. So I did my movement, did my action, my stupid, come on, spiritual
get 2
weapon that
moonbolts?
has done literally nothing. I do get 2 moonbolts. Thank you. So I moved 30 feet already, though. These ones are too far. Wait.
No, your moonbolt's like 120 feet, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
sniper.
It is 120 feet.
It's amazing.
Thank you. I will hit the one on the right.
I will make sure that it doesn't. I don't know.
17.
Yeah,
17
no,
hits.
that hits.
I rolled a 7. So 7 points of damage.
All right. You blow like part of his body away, but he's still standing.
All right. That's it for me.
Yes, that was epic.
Carla,
Take a guess.
you're gonna stand there.
We're the mining crew,
Right.
man.
So as you're standing there, one of the roots just like so sort of sneaks up on you, if a root can do that, and it hits you with a natural 20 because it's crit day today.
Ah, excellent. Okay. So 10?
I'm sorry?
Is it 10?
Well, I'm going to see. It is... Oh, you're lucky, actually, this time. It is 4, that's 8, that's 11.
11. Okay. I think I'm going to finally drop the invisibility on John and roll my tail as I would like to. Okay. Excellent. Let me see. What's this?
Yeah, protect yourself.
Yeah, I've been needing it. Where's my tails? There they are. Okay. This is a new one. I don't think we've seen this one yet. And I think how I'd like to flavor it after our current, after our last sort of, whatchamacallit, encounter with the spirit, is the figure of that Viking Kazan? Kavan comes forward and sort of almost engulfs Carla. Oh, we have used this one before, but I've used it differently. But yeah, he engulfs Carla, basically, so that she's sort of like floating in sort of a mecha suit of him. A little bit. And basically, she is going to become, she's going to have temporary hit points, extra AC, and she can move an extra 10 feet if she would so like.
Oh,
so
yeah.
So you're basically wearing his body right now.
Yeah, I imagine she looks over to the spear and like some part of him is still attached to it. She's like, and it pulls the spirit out of it that it like encompasses her as the tail of him comes out.
That is
so cool.
That is absolutely filthy. I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
So
just
let me do
imagining
that,
like
and I'm
this
going
massive
to roll.
hulking man body with Carla's head smoking at the top.
Basically, yeah. I think that's funnier.
That's so cool.
So that is going to be, and wait, sorry, apologies. What fucking level are we now? 7. Holy shit. Okay.
7.
11 plus. I'm gonna fucking throw another one in. Fuck that. So okay. That's my temporary hit points, and I now have an extra AC, an extra 10 walking speed, and that's my bonus action. Yeah, that's. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'm just gonna stand ready in case anything tries to attack John. Now that he is visible.
I love it.
Lock it. Well, I'm in
John.
the suit.
I've been
I have
working
to
on
ask.
the.
As you push your shovel into the ground once more for the 5th time, the ground gives way underneath Carla, you, and Tulane. And all 3 of you drop down. Luckily not taking any fall damage because for some reason it's flavored like that. But you do drop down below the tree, leaving just Serial by her own.
Is she 120 feet away from me?
By now, yeah.
Shit. All right. Well,
Can
fuck
you
it.
hear me yell out? Ah!
Let's make the dice decide on that.
I held my action.
She can.
Oh, never mind. She can. Oh, amazing. You hear
We've heard
John
that.
scream.
Yeah.
She plummets down.
She's just been conditioned to hear like John's panic voice. That's just like a trigger for her.
I panic a lot. It's true.
Got it.
So, before we go there, we have 3 needle blights asleep. We have 2 that are still coming up to you. That'll both point their needles at Casario, who's now turned visible. And they will try to shoot at you for a 19 and for a 6.
The 19 hits.
Right. Then that hits you for 8 piercing damage. And then move closer towards you. And you have heard, like, you know, a scream of agony and, well, John.
Is it my turn?
And
It is.
Stoker's
I'm
just
sorry.
gonna
Yes,
hide.
you're the only one left. So all turns are now your turn.
What about Stoker?
Stoker is. Do you have a range on it?
So he can basically he needs a verbal command. So I would say I basically told him help, protect Casario. So he's like looking at Casario. He's kind of hurt right now. He's kind of got one paw limping off the ground, and he's just like gonna do whatever Casario, follow Casario basically.
Yeah, he will float around with you.
Yeah, so he's kind of whimpering and cowering.
Me? Okay. Well, he gets 13 temporary hit points.
He does.
His entire health added basically.
Genius. Yeah, okay. So I hear John. Is it my turn now? Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Okay. I hear John. To pick Stoker up, would that be an action?
Do note, he is a shadow figure, so it's hard to pick up a shadow, but you can try.
He can also move pretty fast.
He'll move with you because he's protecting you. That's his whole shtick.
Yeah,
Okay.
but if this is what if you want to try it,
Yeah.
because if that's what you want to do, it is a movement down, trying to pick it up, and movement back up, so that's movement, and it will be an action to try and pick it up. So I'll leave it to you if you want to try it.
I don't. These things are frightened of him, I think. So, anyways, I'm going to use my action to dash or fly real fast.
Yep.
And that would be 60 feet, so I can get like there-ish.
Right. I'll move the rest for you. There you go. All right. Since the needle blights will not be able to to keep up, I imagine on your next turn you're just going to go drop down the hole as well, right? Just
Yes.
a little bit more elegantly than John did.
Probably. Yeah, I'm going
Right.
to float down the hole.
The needle blights will not be able to keep up, so okay, you also go down there. So, Casario flies towards the gaping hole that was totally made by John and his shovel. And
I like
she
to think all three
graciously
of us.
flies. Sure. Even though you were the one holding the shovel. But the three of you. Yeah, it's a team effort, right? As she graciously flies down into the ground, where the three of you are lying on a pile of, well, dirt and rubble. And as you fell down, the area has definitely changed as you're looking towards a large hole, a large opening. You can hear a strange sound emanating from the cave beyond. The air is moist and thick with the odor of decay and rotting soil. The cavern thums with the rhythmic sound of a heart. The moist dirt gives way to this horrific sight. In the large chamber before you, you see a massive heart, ensnarled by roots and earth beats. The ground is moist with blood and seems to be emanating, oozing almost from this heart. The walls are tangled with a web of roots pushing through the rotting soil, slowly twisting and slithering. In front of the heart, you're noticing a certain person that is standing there and seems to be chanting to the rhythm of the heartbeat.
And what does the person look like?
Hang on. Doing a couple of things at the same time here.
Ooh,
There we go.
that's cool.
The heart is also emanating light as it's beating. The person in front of the heart is standing near an altar, and The backside looks every bit like a druid. However, you're noticing that parts of his flesh have all but rotted away, and looking at it quickly, it almost feels as if this person, if it even is a person, is dead or undead, depending on how you look at it. The druid is chanting a strange noise. And as you're looking at that, Chulain points at him and he says, "He must be stopped. He is transferring the power of Golthius, the very essence of the heart, towards the Wicker Man. You must stop him." What do you do?
Whose turn is it?
Do you want to attack him?
I'm gonna look to Casariel and Carla.
We have to end this.
Tulane, it's just one stab into the heart. How does this
The heart must be defeated. As the wielder of the spear, you will know when it is time to end it once and for all. Only you will know when it is time.
So should we? I'm gonna look back to Carla and Casariel. Should we try to stop him first, or go straight for the heart?
Him first. The ritual is stopped, then the heart stays here. We can.
All right.
I believe if Casariel's last one initiative order, it was me next.
Do you want to attack?
I want to send a fireball out to it.
All right. In that case, roll for initiative, but we don't have to because we already have turn follow. All right. And indeed, because there just was. So, Carla, it's your turn.
She's going to step forward. She's going to push past all of them, step forward so that she's further within the chamber, point her hand out, and like centered on this kind of place here so that it hits both the heart and the undead priest. She's going to send out a fireball at 4th level, I believe.
I love it.
Yeah, at 4th level. So 96. I'm going
The
to.
priest turns around and casts counterspell and hits with an 18. So he grasps your fireball right out of the air.
Oh, bastard. Okay. Bonus. My bonus action.
Yes.
I'm going to bardic inspiration myself. I'm going to pull forward a tail. And I'm going to become invisible. I imagine I shoot out the fireball, he snatches it. Oh shit. Invisible. As Tail of the Phantom comes forward.
Uh-oh.
You get 9 temporary hit points.
Thank you very much.
Oh, good point. I need to add that effect to the map because I always like when you light up like that.
Oh yeah. Just to
While we're working on that, John is...
Oh wait, no, that was after. Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, but when it does, yes, he does.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, complicate things.
No, it's so cool. It's so cool.
Cool.
John, your turn.
All right. John's gonna step forward and he's like, an altar is kind of like a crate. He's gonna pull out his wand of wonders and fire it at the altar.
Okay. Pray tell you're gonna roll something cool. So let's roll the D100 and see what happens.
Let's see.
Another fireball. Let's go.
We got a 65. Yeah, that's a 60 and then a 5. Okay, cool. What is that? 65. An object of the GM's part. Yes! An object of the GM's choice disappears into the ethereal plane. The object must be neither worn nor carried within 120 feet of the target and no larger than 10 feet in dimension. The
right.
freaking wand of crate removal.
So you pointed at the heart, right?
No, at the altar that he was at.
At the altar.
Yeah, I said an altar
All
is like a crate, right?
And the entire altar just disappears into the ethereal plane.
Do your devil magic now. And that's my turn.
That is perfect.
Stoker. Stoker's gonna run forward.
Let me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep, no issue. What's Stoker gonna do?
He's gonna run forward and basically stand in front of protect. Oh, but Carla's gone. He's just gonna protect the hallway and stand there and like nip it, or he's just gonna look fierce.
All right.
13 points of temporary hit points. Sorry.
Oh, for me?
Yep, and then 8 for Stoker. Was that his turn? Was right?
Yeah, that was his turn. Yeah. So he already had 13, so that's perfect. And for me, that 13 actually overwhelms the 10 that I previously had from the spear. So I don't know if that changes anything. So anyway, that's it.
If it's higher, then you can take it, right?
Yeah. I just didn't know if the 10 from the spear. You said it's something about I feel extra powerful. I was like,
I said what I said, and that's what you.
I'm not scared. I don't know what you're talking about.
You should totally be scared. All right. So the undead priest looks towards all of you, and as he snatched the fireball out of the sky, he makes a whirling move and he throws it back at you, hitting all 4 of you. I need
I'm so sorry.
You should be. I need a dexterity saving throw from all of you.
Alrighty, I'm super good at dex.
30-20.
Okay.
19.
Actual 20.
All right, you all save. Tulane also saves it. Wow, well, he's actually lucky for once.
Supposed to be like RIP Brave Soldier.
Let me see Stoker's dex mod. Is Stoker within it?
Yeah.
All right.
That hits to him as well.
Oh my god, that is a different die and another 19. I swear to God, this is like.
I believe you. So you take half of the damage that is going to be rolled. $17, 9, 34, 30, 39 divided by 2 is like 19 damage each.
Rough.
There go my temporary hit points. And everything else.
Actually, that's not too bad because of my temporary hit points. Okay, cool.
Stoker ain't looking hot.
The undead priest turns around to the altar that is now gone, looks at the heart and raises his other hand, and as his bonus action starts chanting a horrible tale. Top it around, Casario.
Asariel is going to fly forward, her full movement, so 30 feet.
Go ahead.
I imagine I can just fly over Stoker because he's short.
He's just shadow.
Yes. I have never used this one before.
Music to my ears.
Yeah.
She's doing the Pippi Longstocking method. I've never done this before, so I'm pretty sure I'm good at it.
I think it just happens. Okay, so Casariel will see this happen. She's singed by the fireball. She flies forward, puts forth her hand, and a sphere of silence encapsulates the priest as she casts silence.
What level is that spell?
2nd level.
He turns around and casts Counterspell on it, negating it.
Right.
Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again.
That does, however, stop his chanting.
Ooh, okay. interruption.
focus
Do one or
somewhere
the
else.
other.
I
Have to wail into him.
That's all I've got. That's my turn.
All right.
Who's next?
Carla.
Me? Exciting. Okay, I am going to pick my way forward as much as possible till I'm over here. And I'm going to throw out a cloud of daggers. Now, this will drop my invisibility, but this is the tail of the phantom, so until I hit... So basically, I will hit this creature. I'm going to put the cloud of daggers like right next to him, but he won't
Next to
see me
the-
cast it, because I'll be invisible while I'm casting it.
Is it next to the priest or next to the
Behind the priest.
So where the altar is right now? Sure.
Yeah. He couldn't see me until it was in front of him.
Correct. So it is there.
And okay, so I'm gonna do that at second level because I want to save some of my first level, my third levels. So it's gonna be 4d4. And I'm going to. I have an extra fun little Tale of the Phantom thing. I have an extra. Let's see, an extra. Equal. Okay. I have an extra D8. Throw in there. Great. That is going to be. What's my bardic inspiration plus? There we go. Okay, so that is going to be 19 slashing damage, and 6 of that is necrotic. And
okay,
it is
the necrotic
frightened
damage
of me until its next turn.
All right, that applies. The necrotic damage does not do anything, so that's 13 damage, which hurts quite a bit.
Hurts, and it is frightened of me until the end of its next turn.
Yes, it is.
Yes, and I'm not invisible anymore, which is a choice.
As your invisibility drops, the heart itself starts to attack you as you are within its vicinity.
Oh, exciting.
2 roots drop down from the ceiling and try to slam towards you.
Oh.
1 does so with a 19, and
That
1
hits.
tries to do that with an 11.
An 11 does not hit, but 19 does.
All right. That is... One moment. Not too much. That is a 4 piercing damage. And 6 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
As the
That's
necrotic
it.
damage hits, you notice that the heart glows up a little bit more, as if it's taken some of your life essence.
Ruh-roh. Don't get too close to it. It seems to hurt quite a bit.
You had 11 points of temporary hit points at the end of your last turn.
John.
All right. John's going to walk up towards. How tall is the ceiling here?
I don't believe it's specified, so let's just go with 50. 50 feet.
Okay, so then
Because it's a large chamber.
so he can walk through Casario's space. Basically, he's gonna walk in front of Casario.
Yeah, 100%. You can.
About there. That'll be 30. He's gonna go ahead and it's hard to distinguish between the regular spells and the other spells, the spells of that thing. I'm gonna give it a go. I can't do heavy weapon master, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw my spear at him.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna throw my spear at him and see what it do. All right, and that's gonna be a D6 rather than a D8. So come out of there. There we go. And that's gonna be a 10 plus 10. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and that is gonna be 1d6. All right, I'm also going to go ahead and dump a smite on him. And basically, as I rear back, the spear kind of brushes against the holy symbol and just ignites in a holy, like, radiant envelopment and sails forward. And so that's going to be that plus. Question: is he undead? Because then I get an extra D8.
Yes, sir. He is.
Awesome. All right. Is 10 plus 19 total damage.
Oh, you're so close. Oh, he's still standing. Oh,
Okay.
he's bleeding from every orifice he has. And as you hit him with the full brunt of the spear, he looks at you and he raises a hand in a clenched fist. And as he does, hellish flames erupt all around you. And I need a dexterity saving throw.
I'm super dexterous. Let me use this one. No, I'm not. I got 12.
It's not enough.
Was that his turn, or is that a reaction?
That's a reaction.
To John?
That's a reaction.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You take 18 points of fire damage.
Ow. That's basically the damage I did to him. It comes back to me.
He's angry.
And 4 of that was radiant. I don't know if that has anything to do with the last attack. Or actually, is smite damage radiant? I actually don't know. Never mind.
Radiant. It's radiant. It's
It
radiant.
is?
It's radiant. It's radiant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
Carla.
depends on what kind of smite it is.
Oh.
Let's.
There are fire smites.
We can just ignore. This was just a regular smite. This was a divine smite.
Divine smite is definitely radiant. Yes.
So then, yeah, that was a total of 9 smite damage essentially. So I don't know if that has any effect. I just wanted to let you know.
It does, but it still doesn't change the situation.
Right?
Well,
No. Yeah. I just
minimally.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Very close.
And Sean goes. Oh, he almost sounds like Stoker. Oh, in fact, Stoker runs up
Yes.
and bites his heel.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, Stoker, come on, boy, you got this. All right, it's a cool. Oh, that's a 15.
Hang on. That hits.
Pink behavior.
He rolled max on his D12, so it's a 12 plus 6. That's 18 damage.
Oh.
Fucking Stoker, man. What
Stoker
happens?
Just did more damage, or almost as much damage as I did with a smite. Freaking okay. Yeah. So Stoker, like this thing, the spear, it lights up in a blaze, and it goes like basically straight through him, and like jams into the ground, quivering behind him, and he points back at me, fire calling up, and Stoker growls and rushes forwards, prancing along, and bites the back of his heel, and it just topples him.
I love it. And he just topples down as a bunch of bones and nothing more.
And Stoker wags his
The
tail
only
and
thing-
looks happy.
The only thing standing now is the heart in front of you. We keep turn follow. Casario, it's your turn. Oh, wait, as a matter of
13.
fact, hang on. Chilane moves in, and he looks at John and tries to heal you, because
Oh, wow.
that is at least one thing he can do. He will try to heal you for a total of, well, here's 3 HP.
And you get
You know what?
13 temporary hit points.
I will take it, and thanks, Tulane. And he whispers back, thanks, Casario. Way more than him.
Your turn, Casario.
Okay. So the only thing left is the heart in the room, right? What did
Yes.
Carla get hit by? Did I see that?
By roots coming out of the roof as she got close to the heart.
I'm gonna fly forward 30 feet. 30 feet, is that right? No.
The spear's
I'm gonna
on the
fly
ground,
forward.
by the way, if you just so you know.
Oh, up here by the heart.
Right behind where he was standing. Essentially, I'm thinking it just went through him, basically, or in him.
Oh.
So wherever he was
Yeah,
standing.
but you're the one that has to. I can't throw it in there.
Okay,
you have to do
I
it.
just if you wanted, I just
Right?
letting you know.
I don't know. That's how it
setting the
Casario.
stage. Yep, setting the
Thank
stage.
you. Thank you. Yeah, I think her understanding was that John was like the one that was chosen to do it. So, I will. Yeah, I'm gonna fly here next to Carla, and I am going to cast Fairy Fire on the heart.
All right.
So that is a I'm gonna do it. Second level. Nope. First level. And that's a DC 15 dexterity.
It gets a 12 -5 because hearts aren't that constant. Like, they're not that dexterous. They're sort of in place, you know. So it gets a 7.
Okay, so essentially what I've done is I've put a 20-foot cube on this heart that gives John basically a bullseye to throw that spear into, and it's going to give him advantage on his throw.
Blinking little rings. Please insert spear. Oh god, never mind.
Yeah. I don't have any bonus healing. I'm sorry. So
Okay.
that's it
No,
for me.
All right, Carla.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Carla is going to point at this area over here. Do you see there?
Yep.
She's going to move so she can get a visual on it, and she's going to cast Fireball there.
All right. As you move, 2 roots come out of the roof, and they try to attack you. One does so with an 8, and one does so with a 19.
19 hits.
All right. That is a total of 12 piercing damage.
Yep.
And 5 necrotic damage, which the heart starts to glow a little more as it does. Go ahead and cast your fire damage.
2 HP, so that's a fireball now. Alrighty, at 3rd level. So that's 6, 10, 14. 19. Sorry, counting this is boring.
Take your time, it's a lot of dice.
Yeah, and I only have 1d6 on me at the moment because I have D&D tomorrow, so I left it in the sitting room. And 5, and that's going to be 23. 6. 9. And I'm going to add fucking bardic die for fucking sure. That's going to be 20. Yeah, that's 30 now. We're math. That's 20. 37 damage. 29 of that is fire. The other one is force. And it has to make me a dexterity save of 14.
I don't even need to. Okay. So the tree gets a -5 on dexterity, and I rolled a 3, so he gets a -2.
-2.
It rolls into it.
All 37 damage. We'll take all of it. Take all of that damage. She's going to be like, "Oh, this didn't work last time, so it should work now." And she sends it off to there, and then turns to John and is like, "Stab it while it's weak," as it explodes behind her.
That side of the heart is just singed, but it's beating, and it still does sound strong.
Yes, and then she's going to turn to Cassandra and she'll be like, "I think I may die."
Nope. There is a bolt of lightning that hits you from her sphere, and you get 12 temporary hit points.
So much. God.
Okay, John.
All right. John basically runs up to the spear stuck into the ground, flips it up to his hand, and runs up and just starts jamming it into the heart.
Okay. As you run up, some roots come out of the ceiling, and they try to slap you for an 18 and for a 13.
Shield! My last spell. Wait.
So nothing hits?
No, neither.
All right. Think.
I don't want this thing gaining any more energy. And I'm going to jam my spear valiantly into this heart.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
Advantage.
Yeah, advantage. Oh, well, yeah, advantage. Might as well see if I got a... Nope. Okay, so I got a 15 plus 5. That's a 20, dirty 20.
That hits.
Alrighty, and that is going to be heavy weapon. So, 1d8. Oh my god, I should have been prepared. 1d8 plus 16. Go. That is good. Oh, max damage. 8 plus 16. 16 to 24. 24 damage in one hit.
Wonderful. The heart is still beating,
And
but it's starting to bleed.
oh, it's gushing up. This is on my hands. I pull out the spear and jam it again. Do the same
Cool.
thing.
Let's go.
And that is gonna.
Advantage
Do I get advantage twice? Oh yeah, yeah. Sweet. Oh yes. Okay. So that takes a 7 into a 17.
That
17. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and see what we got. 4, 16, 20. 20 damage.
Cool. The heart is withering, but it's still beating. Bloody and still beating.
Basically gonna just screw in that final hit and be like, it's still going. And that's my hit attack. And I think Stoker's just gonna back away and like lick Tulane's face or something.
12 temporary hit points.
Awesome.
Jelaine will run up to Carla and heal her.
Thank you.
We'll try to heal her for 4 hit points.
I'll take it. Better than nothing.
Taking 2 hits from the roots that are in the roof.
Damn it, Tulane.
Maybe 1 hit. The other one, yeah, that's a 19. He gets hit for 7 points of slashing damage and 4 points of necrotic damage. That is 11. He's not looking too good, missed the start, but he's still standing. The heart glows a little redder than what it did.
He gets 10 temporary hit points.
Add it. Casario, top it around.
Oh. All right. Casariel is going to. Seeing that Carla's okay, she's going to aim for one of the glowy bits and cast a guiding bolt.
All right.
Into it. Oh, Lord. 21 to hit.
Hits.
That is
What? Oh, goodness.
4, 5, 6. 13 points of radiant damage.
Radiant damage, you said.
I did say.
Let me quickly check, because I believe I have to count this heart as undead. Let me just quickly check. Yes. So how much was that, you said?
13 points of radiant
That's
damage.
26 points. All right. The heart is taking a beating, but it's still there.
Looks like radiant damage if you've got it.
Anything else?
No. I'm staying where I am because when you move, you get hit by things. They've got tremor sense.
Yep. Carla.
Next.
I am going to leave it up to the tales of what I get. Okay, the tale said, screw you, heart. So you see she kind of like takes the healing from your man, whatever his name is, Coolin. And
yep.
She'll kind of flick her hand out and you'll see her like spectral mage hand come out with a rapier at the end of it, so it's the skeleton hand. It goes towards the heart and slashes down with it 2 times. As 2 rolls of my bardic inspiration die. Oh, that's actually quite good. 15 plus my charisma modifier. So that is 18 force damage to this creature. And then as my main action, I am going to cure wounds myself at 2nd level because Lord knows I goddamn need it. And I'm going to,
Right.
yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
2 roots come out of the roof to attack you as you're close to this heart. The heart nearly giving out, but still there.
Mhm.
For a natural 20
Okay.
and a natural 20. I'm not kidding you.
Dear God, it has been so fun playing Carla. It has been so lovely. Love you all. Okay, go on.
10 temporary hit points, if that matters before that. It comes right
Okay.
after your turn, so.
Well, Adam.
I'm doing the math.
I did heal back quite a bit, so I should
Because it's
be...
a lot.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It's 24 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then we get the necrotics, and this is where it gets tense because I don't have to double those. But it is 2 of them. 9 points of necrotic damage.
24 plus 9 is what?
33.
33.
Yeah.
33.
All right,
I
I'm
am
gonna
in
need to
death
pop-
saves.
You're what?
I'm in death saves.
I hate killing my characters. Thank God. Okay, cool. So you're still with us.
What?
You're still with us.
Well, she's unconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
like,
unconscious,
that's-
but I'm not. Yeah, no, I healed back before you did that, and that genuinely was one of the few things that's...
Good. And with the 11 temporary hit points as well, right? That was also counted? Okay, good.
Yeah, on top of it, trust me.
The heart swells as it regains, apparently, some fortitude from that.
Sorry.
John.
I'm going to... So it's still glowing, right? Do I get... It's still advantage?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to...
yeah, the fairy fire? Yeah, still
Yeah.
in effect.
I'm going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse this thing. I'm dumping everything I've got into this.
Okay.
And that is a 16 plus 5, 21 to hit.
Hits.
All right, not a great roll. That's going to be 17 damage.
That makes the heart stop making any beating sound. You're noticing that the glow very slowly disperses. And while the heart is still in front of you, it stopped beating. What do you do?
I can't do anything for Carla at the moment, so I'm just gonna just in case, I'm gonna rip it out and jam it one last time in and just twist it into the heart.
You don't have to roll anything for that. As you plunge in the blood spear one final time into this seemingly dead heart, you feel an eminence of this heart just bursting out of that as something leaves the heart for one final time. You have indeed killed the heart of the Gulthias tree and prevented this energy from transferring to an even worse place than where it was stored right now. The heart withering and slowly decreasing, turning black. The tree has died.
And I rush to my
You're,
friends.
You're out of initiative order. Go ahead.
Out of
I
curiosity, I did roll a natural one.
That's one fail, right?
No, natural one is 2 fails.
Okay.
But it would be on her
I
next
fly-
turn, so yeah.
Yeah, but
I
they're
fly to
cute.
Carla, place my hand on her, it glows, and she receives 7 hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Not yet, Carla. Not yet.
Not yet. Go on.
No, you're back from the dead.
Oh,
with
oh,
you.
not yet.
not
I
yet.
think you meant
Okay.
not yet. You
I
don't
thought
get
you meant
healed.
that she
Oh
was
my
getting it.
god.
I'm like, what?
Oh.
What? Say it.
My heart.
Oh my god.
She
Sorry.
bursts up into existence again. Into consciousness.
Hi there.
Is it dead?
Think so.
So.
Jelaine points at the heart and looks at the 3 of you, and he says, "You have fulfilled the majority of your prophecy. The heart is no more. Gulthias rests without corrupting the land. The druids are free from his spell. But I hope we are in time that they have not summoned the effigy before we could prevent it. Still,
You have fulfilled your destiny and
Wait a
stopped
moment.
Galtheus from corrupting it.
There was still a possibility of the effigy rising.
Sariel turns and flies as fast as she can out of this place towards the effigy.
Carla's gonna scramble after her.
Yeah.
And as
Oh,
you
so-
rush towards the exit of this cave, whether or not this effigy is still there, we will see in next episode.
Ah, that was so cool.
Fucking druids.
Fucking druids.
Fucking druids, right?
I'm so
That guy
sorry.
better fucking run if we don't get this gem. This guy, this bastard, this green bitch right here, he better run.
He's an elderly gentleman.
I don't care. Does Casario care about that? I mean, absolutely not. No. Inflict wounds. Coming for you.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. When you said the heart is taking a beating, I immediately thought you were making a joke. And that's why I started like
When I said it, I had to bite my lip because I was like, that's actually really funny, but I didn't mean it like that.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
Good fight.
That
Wow.
was fantastic.
This is a tough fight, and you barreled through that really, really well. So I'm curious to see what you guys are going to do next week with the, well, maybe effigy, or who knows where the gem might be now. But we will see next week.
Oh man, I gotta say the whole like not splitting the party, but when you Casario went over there and fought them, that sleep was clutch. Oh, that was so cool.
That was very tense. So next week we will see what else you guys can do over here on Yester Hill. That was absolutely cool. But next week will also be our last episode in this setting, because after that we have our vacation where we will meet up together, and we will of course try to stream our Dungeons and Dragons session over there as well. But
see what we can do.
If not, then we might take a little hiatus. But we will let you know as we are there, of course. But we still have next week. Oh yes. So we will see you in 1 week with I think the conclusion of Yester Hill and what comes after.
Lord.
Thoughts
and prayers.
All right. See you in a week.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.